Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Saturday night. And I did not go get my phone. So let me get my phone real quick. You guys, thank you for checking in first. Okay, y'all got here quickly. We are going to get into some friends and frenemies and a little bit. We're going to get into all of it. Is it Shia? Shia, hey boo. Hey, Shia, New York. What's going on, sis? Sea Blue, Magenta Spirit Life Coaching. Hey, boo. Look at my gang stars. One, two, three, first. Okay. How do you become a gang star? You just get here first. That's it. That's it. That's all. Anyway, guys, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend so far. I definitely have been getting into it. Give me just a second and we're going to get this thing going. Okay. Hey, pineapples. Hey, boo. Hey. Oh, hey, pineapples. What's going on, sis? How is everybody doing? Happy Friday night, guys. What's up to everybody on Facebook? Is it Akai Sanders? Hey, Akai. What's going on to everyone? Thank you for coming through. So earlier today, Dennis was live and he had Miss Madison come back to sit with him, and I wanted to I'm gonna be I didn't even know what was going on. I'm like, I was in my own thing. I was We were discussing Sarah Boone. We were reading the decision from the judge and getting into that, getting caught up, and I went into my Instagram, and one of you guys, thankfully, and really it was like five guys, five of you guys, maybe even six, maybe could have been 10. Y'all put out the alert. Fran, Fran, hey girl. And I was like, what? And I don't know what, I just clicked on the link. Anywho, I clicked on the link and I was like, what's going on? And I saw Madison was back. I saw V Lenore was up there. And then I saw Nyla had just clicked in. And I was like, what? Former friend, what? Did sis finally own up to knowing ma'am? And she did. So the link for this video is in the comments. and not the comment, excuse me, the link and the link to Mr. Dennis Byron's channel is in the description box, along with the link to this video. If you would like to watch it in its entirety. But I showed up on the panel for like about 10 minutes, not very long. V Lenore was on there for some time, and who did anyone else call it? So it was the ladies, V Lenore, Nyla, myself, and but like I said, there had been a whole period of time prior, maybe about a good 45 minutes, and I missed that part. So I wanted to hear what ma'am had to say. It's so funny. Any of you guys from over who watch me on Love Lies and Lace Fronts, guys, is she not serving up Liv Nicole Johnson at this moment? Pineapples, or anybody make beauty forever? Anybody who watches over on it's giving a little bit of Liv Nicole Johnson school of makeup, because I at first I was a little thrown off. I was like, what's Dennis got Olivia's picture on a thumbnail for? And I realized, I'm like, oh, that's Madison. Okay. Okay, Miss Maddie. Okay, anywho, where shall we go first? Let me say hi to everybody. RJ, thank you for gifting a friend. I appreciate that so much. The support you guys show this channel is unmatched. I really do appreciate it. MK, you just got gifted. Lovely one, you got gifted. The real Tashi or Toshi, you got gifted. Lori Rules, and is that one, two, three, four, five? So yes, MK, lovely. Oh, Just Gab, one of my mods to members. Okay. So one of my mods got gifted too. Thank you. The real Toshi and Lori Rules. I appreciate that so much, RJ, for giving the gift that returns in several different ways. So thank you for gifting a friend. Anyway, okay, guys, let's get into it first. Um, oh, okay, Cash App. Okay, thank you, Cash App. Um, okay. Thank you. I appreciate the shine, sis. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna say R, and you know who you are. Thank you so much for dropping those coins off. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. Someone needs to look into this alias, Christina, into this alias. Someone needs to look into. Are you talking about Peterson? Um, Send me a note, sis, so I can understand a little bit better what you're talking about. But I'm all for whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm down for whatever. Okay, let's get into it. Let's hear what was said. Um, Now I'm gonna be honest. I said what I said when I said it. I did react to this video. So I reacted to this video once upon a time, right? When we all reacted to it. Now, Sonya hanging out with some females who are down on their luck didn't surprise me, because Sonya gives down on her luck vibes, right? And we know that Big Bird was definitely giving bummish qualities. We know that Big Bird was living in a hotel situation. Sis had a lot going on, and sis wasn't managing her life. Life was managing her. Okay, there's a difference, right? So in this video, Sonya is running her mouth. Now, if you guys have been following Miss Waller's channel, I know I have the screenshot to it, and I'll use it as a thumbnail. But if you guys remember when she came with the spacesuit on and she did a photo shoot with those bell bottom jeans, she had done a photo shoot, and she said she had just come from the photo shoot. Maddie was late. By the time they got there, she had to leave, right? She chronicled that on her Instagram page as she was trying desperately to be an influencer. And it was like I knew exactly who she was talking about when she said it, because at first I wasn't sure. And I said, well, maybe it was Big Bird, but maybe it was that other girl. And then when she said she had just come from a photo shoot, I was like, oh, that's that girl, Maddie, because she had done this was posted on her Instagram, and she said that she had done a photo shoot with that girl. Anyway, anyway, thank you, and Milo Brown. I appreciate that. And Miss Kitty, thank you again for dropping the sticker. Let me you guys are showing out on tonight, and sis loves a good show out. So thank you so much. Let's see who got gifted by a friend. Okay. Um, 5 star. You got gifted. 5 star got gifted. Roro got gifted. Philly girl, Joanna, let go and dream big. Lady D. Lady D, okay. DQ, okay. Gemini, one leg off. Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh I think we're there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I might be missing one. If you just got gifted, drop some bingos in the chat, okay? Thank you so much to our friend who gifted. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate it's a twofold, and it it definitely gives a friend, but it also supports this channel. So again, unfortunate part is her befriended is she befriended Sonya and showed her vulnerable side, and Sonya could give two F's, threw her under the bus, and the whole internet heard it. Absolutely. Look, this is number one. Most of the time, you're not ever going to hear a recorded call played back to you. But this lady is two-faced of the worst kind, because at the end of the day, the way she said it, which you're going to see, there's no way around how she said it. Let's listen. Wait,
Are
hold
you
on.
serious? Well,
Hold on. Nasty. What's up?
why are you looking like that? Why are you looking like that?
Car. Hi. How are you?
Good. You had to do what?
I gotta get some more wipes because I was running out.
Okay. Okay, I see you. I see you with your bell bottoms on, player.
I had to go to that photo shoot and then I had to go home real quick and charge the car a little bit.
Oh, okay. How did that turn out?
It was right when they started. It was time for me to go because it was 2:00, and I'm like, I gotta drive down south and then drive north and then charge the car and then come here. So I was only there for like an hour. It was cool.
Oh, okay. So
She was running
why
late.
they staying in they live in a hotel?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
I think her credit is bad because when she got evicted from the last place she was at.
Girl, her credit is bad. She lives in a hotel. I mean, and you see how they just picked up this conversation, which makes you think that they had already been talking about this. So let me check them texts and see what it says in the text messages around that time, which is December 22nd, 2023. So, all right, but let's listen to a little bit more, and then we'll go over to Dennis's interview. I'll drop the link to this too. Um, okay.
And then I think she wanted her daughter to put it in her name, but her daughter said no. So she's been in a hotel with her mother ever since.
With a mama? She got a mama?
Yeah,
Oh. Okay. Well, I did get the word that they ain't got themselves together. I did get that last.
This is one of these episodes where Nesto loves to gossip. I remember when we did this reaction initially. I mean, he loves talking that TT, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
she
her
got a
mom had
mama
What?
with a mama.
if
She
her
got a
mom had
mama.
yeah,
Oh,
Is her mama that
mama.
what?
if
She
her
got a
mom had
mama.
yeah. So if he walked up to a stranger
Wait, hold
and
on.
had a
My
meeting with a
bad.
stranger,
Well,
I had to go to that photo shoot and then I had to go home real quick and charge the car a little bit.
oh, okay. How did that turn out?
It was right when they started. It was time for me to go because it was 2 o'clock, and I'm like, I gotta be, I gotta drive down south, and then drive north, and then charge the car, and then come here. So I was only there for like an hour. It was cool.
Okay. So
She was running
why
late.
they staying in? They live in a hotel?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
I think her credit is bad because when she got evicted from the last place she was at, and then I think she wanted her daughter to put it in her name, but her daughter said no. So she's been in a hotel with her mother ever since.
With a mama?
If
She
her
got a
mom had
mama.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh,
I tried to put Cece on to see what she said, but I can't catch it. Did she say her mom was a stripper? What did she say? The vest is a stripper. Girl, she was coming off of damn um what is that called? She was coming off the Renaissance tour, girl. She's talking about Madison. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Maddie. You see the title? Um, did I put that in the title? Maybe I didn't put it in the title. Maddie and Sonya. Maddie would be Madison. Yes. Oh, there's my phone ringing. Okay. Um, the vest is awful. I don't know what she said, but she said something. Oh, she had a stroke. I was like, what happened? Okay. Well, and Maddie was not happy about that, her talking on her business and also being a friend. I don't know Maddie from a hole in the wall. We talked to her today and I'm glad that she was able to kind of just like, yes, I know her. Yes, this is the deal. And you know what I'm saying? Like I have respect for ain't no shame in my game type of woman. Okay. People go through things in life and that's it. Life is lifing. There's no reasons to excuse and there's no reasons for anything. You know what I'm saying? Sonya really is nobody to talk. um, but again, Sonya seems to latch on to a certain type of woman. And like, Maddie said that this was kind of a bad time in her life. Maybe this was a low point or financially difficult time in her life. But if she's been able to overcome it, good for her. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens to people. And at least she had the wherewithal to be able to provide safe shelter and housing until they were able to get themselves back together. So there's no shame in that. But again, Sonya got caught. It's not even so much talking about her friend at that moment, but it was what she was saying and how she was saying it that seems extra dirty. Because you could have a friend that's in a situation, well, they're over at a hotel, so it's kind of limited or this, that, and the third. But she was saying it almost in a very put down type of way. And I don't know, Maddie. Me saying that is one thing. I don't know this lady. That's supposed to be your friend, and your friend is talking about you and down on you and really talking your tea in a way on a recorded line. Like, you didn't, I know she didn't know that this was coming out, but damn it, it came out. It came out. Okay.
okay. Well, I did get the word that they ain't got themselves together. I did get that last year. You know what I'm saying?
So Nesto knows of Miss Maddie too, because he said I got the word that they didn't have their stuff together last year. All these people seem to know each other. It's interesting how she says she didn't really put two and two together about Ernest Williams until she was thinking Nesto versus Ernest Williams. She was thinking Sonya Durham versus Sonya Waller. But when you heard Rico, I mean, come on, he's on the news. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't we just need to listen to the interview so we can hear a little bit more. Cause like I said, I came in, it was already 45 minutes going when I popped in, and then I had to pop off because I had plans this afternoon. So yes, and the thing about her being successful, a successful Sonya being a successful businesswoman, she would actually have a business. Being a good worker, okay? Being a good worker, you're getting paid for a job. How many of you guys are great at your job? How many of you guys are good at your job? Where in 2024 are you getting paid and not doing at least what you're supposed to do? So if Sonya is a good okay, take the drinks, drop it off on table 4, get the check, go cash out the check. We need you to wear fishnets, a either booty shorts or a micro mini. And okay, when you take big bottles, we want you to put the sparklers on top. I mean, what the hell? Come on now.
Is this one got the son want a box and all that? Is this that same person? Oh man, yeah, I heard they all over the damn place.
She signed with Sony, so people go through shit.
Yeah. Is that the one off? Is that the one off of Roswell Road, or that's?
I mean, Nesto, clearly you know who she is. You know she got a son. You know she got a daughter. I mean, come on. Y'all know who Sonya, you know Nesto knows who she is, and Nesto, you know who ma'am is. Like, come on now.
That's the one off of what I want to say.
Right across from Benihana.
Exit 8.
When you're going 400 north, exit 8.
You're talking about Windworth?
No. That's it. I think that's 7. You should know Alpharetta. That's your starting ground.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Exit
8, where Benihana is. You know where Benihana is?
No, I don't. Because I don't go to Benihana's. No. I ain't been that motherfucker about 10 years.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
That's just it. I mean, I'm just not no big eater like that. No, I'm just not a big eater like that. That's all. That's it. Wow. That is it. Yeah. So how are you, beautiful? Everything good?
I'm fine. How are you, handsome?
I'm trying to handle the way.
Okay, we're gonna jump up off of this. Okay. Okay, y'all. Okay, like I said, the link to this is in the comments. Let's get into it. So Dennis, I guess, just decided to have her back when he noticed the controversy. I did put up a short. I guess let's go do that first. He did comment on my short, or he was just like, "What?" Hold on a second. Let me find this. Maybe he saw the club picture. I'm sure someone directed him to it. You know how the streets are always talking. So okay, hold on. Let's see.
A lot of people reached out and wanted to know what was the details surrounding the situation. And so I did a short little video interview with Stiletto Bosses, which they basically deal with music. So that was a good choice because they haven't been out here talking so negative about me. So I got a lot of requests.
Okay, there was that. And there was
all these little things about him. And then he told me that, well, you're supposed to vet your boyfriends. I was 20. And
why else would a woman? Why are you?
So I got a lot of requests. A lot of people reached out and wanted to know what was the details surrounding the situation. And so I did a short little video interview with Stiletto Bosses.
What's she gonna do with her?
Okay.
So
So let's stop right there. You can go to the shorts and see all that. But anyway, at the end of the day, we knew what we knew over here about who Ma'am was, and that there was no doubt in my mind that she knew Sonya. There was just no doubt in my mind at all that she knew Sonya. Period. So let's get into it.
For making me bring this special guest back on because and I thank you guys another exclusive. I have a very special guest. And I thank you guys for making me bring this special guest back on because as I read those the comment section, and I was getting these DMs, I said, wait a minute, what the heck is going on here? And I want to thank you guys for always keeping me on my A game because if not for you, I would not be able to do the show today. And yes, I have a very special guest who's been on the platform once before, but she's back. And she's back, and she's back, and she's going to clear the air, clear the record, and let people know what the heck was going on that last live when you guys was in the comment section saying, "Oh, she know Ponytail, she know." No.
She
Wait,
knows
hold on.
Ponytail.
I know this woman for a long time. I've never known her to lie to me. I'd never known her to lie to me. So I said maybe some confusion. And yes, as the story goes, that you didn't have the full story. And she's back, not only to give me the full story, but give me some details. Give me some details about Ponytail and what's really good. Because Ponytail came for her indirectly. It was indirectly, but she did come for her.
How did Ponytail come for her? Where did Ponytail come for her? On her live somewhere? What happened?
She did come for her. And you know what? I'm going to give Ponytail an opportunity to come on. But you know how she come at me? She in the past came at me one time before. I'm like, what's she talking about? I don't know what she called me, but you guys know what she called me before. I don't know. But I have my good friend.
What she cleared? And it's not even so much she cleared it because I'm gonna be honest, we cleared it already. You know what I'm saying? Like the pictures don't lie. And those were pictures that you could go to atlpics.net and the man takes the pictures in the club, and there was a picture of Ponytail and Maddie together. Like, so that cleared it right there. And all the research, like it's cool. But ma'am had to come back because, like Dennis said, she told him one thing, but the streets were saying something else. So he brought ma'am back to clear the air. Okay, clear that version of the air. But as far as the mystery debunked, mystery had already been debunked.
So I've known many years, recording artist. And talk about recording artists. This woman has I don't know if she brought me a special gift today. And I'm going to share that with you as well. Not only she brought herself, but she brought a special gift today. And I'm going to share that with you guys. A part of it. I guess keep some for myself. But without any further ado, I want to bring on the lovely, the beautiful Miss Madison Shannon Kelly. The girl with three, wait, I call her the girl with three names, the first names. Madison, what's happening? What's happening, Madison?
Hi.
Madison, listen.
Hi.
Well, first of all, thank you for coming in on a Saturday. You on a promo run right now for music as well as doing the media relations situation for not just for yourself, but for
it's my life. My life is not my life right now. It's totally transitioning. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I listen,
crazy.
I just saw you on so many radio shows in the last weekend, and while it was for a necessary purpose. I said, I want to hear some of that music too. So you did gift me with some music. But before we go into the music, when you were on the last live, they were asking me in the comment section, did you know who Sonya was? And you was like, no, I don't know who she is. But then some YouTubers decided to do their own YouTube investigation and provide a side-by-side of you and Ponytail. But you didn't know it's Pony. I mean, you didn't know it's Sonya. You knew it's another name. Can you talk about that?
What do they call her? Shorty Doo-Wop? What else would they call her?
We were like co-workers at the spot, and she had a slang name, and she didn't go by Sonya. I found out her name when some mysterious recordings popped up where she was discussing me. So when you were calling her Sonya, that's why I was like, what are you talking about? And plus it kind of threw me off because that was just a couple of days after the altercation stuff. It went on with the
Oh, what's her club name? Old Miami? Girl, they probably do call her Old Miami.
judge. So my focus was on that situation. So it didn't register with
No,
me. But
not semicolon. Would you stop, B. Williams? See, y'all with the shits right now. Okay, that she got a little slang name. What's her saying? Her slang name? That's her government name. Okay, because yeah, Sonya's her government name. Okay,
I totally know who Sonya is.
okay, now,
But
okay.
As
okay,
ponytail or whatever you call her, I totally do know who she is, and she's a former
what
friend of mine.
I said we gotta be clear here. We gotta be clear. She's a
Former,
former friend.
yes. And I
And
wanted
what
to
is
say friend because I found out she was really just an associate. She never was my friend.
that was your friend? Okay. Well, clearly from that phone call that she was having with the interest.
If you want to know which one of the, she talked on Madison a couple of times, but specifically, we just looked at an excerpt of when she talked about Madison and her mom living in a hotel, telling Nesto about the stroke. I mean, all in all, I don't think she said anything too awful, but if I was living in a hotel on hard times with my mother who just suffered a medical trauma or illness, I would think you were kind of slow to be talking my business on a recorded line with your ratchet ass boyfriend. But considering that Sonya is a ratchet type female, it's like, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, sometimes you have to confront your friend circle. So this was a good thing. But I guess we're gonna see.
Interesting Nesto, it appeared that she came right in from the very beginning of the call, start throwing shade. But what did you know? What did you know her as? What did you call her?
They called her Chrissy, like they associated her with a different name. So that's the name that I knew. But eventually, when all the story broke with Nesto, which I didn't even know who Nesto was. I didn't even know for real because I know this may sound bad, but when I think
So they called her Chrissy at the club. Chrissy is her club name? Baby. Really? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me go over to this other profile. Okay, Chrissy. Okay, to the main stage. Chrissy, get your dollars out. No, I'm just kidding.
of Steve Harvey, I just think of Steve Harvey. I never thought of the co-host. You know what I'm saying? So when the story was going around, I didn't know who these people were. I wasn't really hip to Nessa
Right.
or Shirley. So I didn't know none of this stuff was going on until my name popped up on some jailhouse visit calls. And that's when, because the story was told to me in a different light. Like she never really said his name. She just said it was a guy that was in jail. They thought that she was his mistress. They weren't even intimate. They never had sex. She don't know why these
Girl,
people putting her
really? She's okay.
in the situation. But then once I found out she was talking about me, that's when I did my research and found out what I know currently about this story.
Okay, so let's get into that. So she never, according to your conversation with her, she never had a intimate relationship with this guy Nesto.
Yeah, they never had an intimate relationship.
So how did she actually meet him? Like, can you share that with us?
They met through business because she is an entrepreneur.
See, the fact that Madison believes that Sonya is on some business is crazy to me, because the fact that Sonya doesn't own anything, you can be a business person and not own anything, but the fact that Sonya is a worker in a nightclub, that she's some sort of operations person, that doesn't make you an entrepreneur. That makes you a solid office manager or something like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're an office manager out here, you do not have to reach out to me. I'm not talking about office managers. I'm talking about Sonya. So nobody get in your feelings. That doesn't make you an entrepreneur. That makes you somebody who knows how to train waitresses and train people on using the register and keeping track of inventory And who doesn't know how to do that? As a mother, don't you check the pantries and manage a checkbook and all of those things and show your kids how to do stuff? I mean, I am oversimplifying a little bit, but at the end of the day, what Sonya is doing as far as an office manager or a den mother or whatever she does at these clubs isn't rocket science, okay? And the fact that she's always articulating trying to launch some business and have some business idea with people who actually have money, and they always seem to walk away from her. There always is some sort of an issue. She seems to always be getting cheated. She seems to always be the ideas person, but not the money person. That tells me a couple of things. Number one, you don't have the money. And number two, you are an option. Someone who is embedded into a business with somebody, no matter whether they like you or not, if the money is there, the money is there and you are part of the deal. When you are just the ideas person or you're like the go-to operations person, they can live without you because they can find someone else to do your job. If you don't have the money and you don't have the credit, you're not valuable to the project. I'm just sorry. That's you are very much replaceable. And that's it. That's all. Welcome to the stage, a penny with the hole in it. Okay. Snoop, thank you so much. Snoopalicious, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you to Dimples for the sticker. Hey Siri, she lied about when she learned Sonya's real name. Okay, she lied about when she learned Sonya's real name. You know, it's let's just listen and I just when do you think she learned Sonya's real name? You think that she always knew it was Sonya. I mean, I'm going to say I feel like she knew her name was Sonya when she did that interview with her. Now, as far as anything else, I don't know. Like when they met in the club and she thought that her name was Chrissy, I don't know anything about that. That's crazy to me. Um that and you're calling this person your friend and you don't even know this woman's name. Like that's interesting that Sonya is that is on that type of shit. That's the type of time she's on. But interesting. Anyway, but yes, Sonya's club name was Chrissy. Okay, ponytail. Interesting. And I'm sure she is mad on tonight. Um, wait, Sonya told infamous Sylvia she does not know Maddie. When, Danny? How can she say she doesn't know her when she said, look, these two are on some fugazi.
A very
Let's just keep
successful
listening.
businesswoman from where I met her through the she's like an investor. She invests in nightclubs and she helps people that
See, Maddie, your credibility goes down when you are co-signing Sonya and saying that she's a successful businesswoman. This lady is not a successful businesswoman. She is a operations office manager. She is not the person with the money. She's not the person. If you're not the person with the money, you're not a business owner. You are a worker. You're getting paid at the end of the week.
want to purchase like clubs or lounges. She helps them find the money to be able to buy the building.
Why doesn't she help her own self find the money? She's talked about so many deals since we have been listening to these calls, and sis is running around here on a damn scooter.
And build it out. And she actually sits in and gets the business running. So that's how
See, the sad thing is that Maddie believes, maybe some part of her still believes that Sonya has something going on.
I met her where we were currently working at. She was the person that found the money for the building and trained the staff, got the staff. Like she's an entrepreneur. She's very successful in what she does.
Okay.
And this is, no offense to Maddie, because I don't want to seem like I'm being mean, but sis got so down bad she was staying at a hotel. Like at the end of the day, Sonya sits up here and talks very authoritatively, and she impresses people who may not have her wherewithal. So clearly, if Maddie actually finds Sonya to be impressive, I'm going to have to put several question marks on what her measuring stick is. And if that's what she thinks is successful, baby, good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know Maddie, and I'll probably never know Maddie at the end of the day, but just from this computer. And if sis, that's what you call successful, you like it, I love it. Okay. That's why you ended up getting talked about on a ratchet ass jail call. Cause that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what happens. Okay. This lady is not successful. This lady is really not who she says she is. This lady, that was your friend.
You notice
because of her business, I think they had mutual friends, and that's how her and the guy met, from my understanding. They
Okay.
met through business.
So
they met through.
still, so she ended friendship with her and still doesn't really know the full story. So she's running with what Sonya told her, that they met over on Peachtree, and Nesto had the keys to something that she wanted, which was the zipper to his pants. Okay, that's what she wanted.
through business. Now you said she helped other
Do
businesses
some funny business.
launch their businesses. So is she like a realtor, or is she like someone just scouts out locations and then kind of?
She's kind of like a consultant. She's a
Okay,
consultant, and she's also
Maddie, you know, no offense to Maddie, but Maddie looked like she don't mind entertaining up in that camisole. Okay,
an
up on
investor
some
herself.
video
She's invested
cameras.
into a few companies herself.
Okay, so someone asked the question. She said, "So did you actually interview on your platform at one time?"
Yes, I did. I interviewed her, but when she did the interview, she was very vague. She mostly was talking about her background or who she was, coming from Ohio, because she said everybody was assassinating her character and making her, out to be like trashy. So I was trying to help her defend herself
I wonder
and
why.
tell her story, who she was.
Okay, so but at that time, did you know anything about Ernest Williams, or did you know that she had this, I can't say love interest, but this association with Ernest Williams? And if so, did that? Because I didn't see the interview you did with her. Did I guess what I'm trying to ask you
Yeah,
is,
she started on the interview. She started telling me different details of the situation on the interview, but she still was being real vague, if you know what I mean. She wasn't telling me the truth, basically.
well, hold on. So she said she wasn't telling you the truth. What was it that she was saying that you felt that she was being dishonest about?
The situation, their relationship. She was making it seem more like they were friends. But once I did my research, I found out she was like full-fledged, supposed to be the mistress or something.
Okay, so this is after was this after she had the phone call with him, or did you suspect something prior to that?
The interview that I did with her was 2 weeks before one of my friends DM'd me all those jailhouse visit videos.
Okay,
it was 2 weeks before.
Why did you feel prior to that she was on her A game in business? What gave you that impression? That's what she said, or what you saw with your eyes?
Say that again.
What gave you the impression that she was on her A game in business? Because you said she was a good business, business entrepreneur.
We met through work.
Okay.
We met through work. We were working together.
Okay.
So I witnessed it with my own 2 eyes, what she did for work.
Okay. But then after she starts
actually physically worked in the same building together. That's how we met. We weren't friends outside. We became cool from work. So that's how I know what she did for a living, because we worked together.
Okay. I guess my question is, because when you co-sign someone, like for me, I have to, obviously see more than just a snapshot, so to speak. So you've been in the entertainment industry for a while. Was it just that particular situation, or what? Right. Was it that particular situation and working with her there, or did she help someone that you knew with their business in other situations? I'm just trying to get an understanding of what kind of resume did she have prior to you, meeting her.
Reason why we met, because she relocated from Miami, from one company to the new company that was in Atlanta. I was one of the people in Atlanta that got hired to run the business. So we had to work hand in hand together so I could introduce her to the process of how Atlanta moves. And she was showing me the business from what they previously had done in Miami. So I had to bring the two companies together. That's how we had to work closely together in the office, because we was merging these two companies together to run it in Atlanta. So that's how I know exactly what she did for a living, because we worked hand in hand together when she relocated from Miami to Atlanta.
Okay, so
And the reason why I didn't know anything about the guy, the gentleman that's locked up, or the situation she's in that we're talking about, is because she was dating somebody totally different when we were working together. So I was under the impression that's her man. Yeah, she had a whole relationship going on. So that situation was, I guess, her secret relationship.
Okay, Sonya. Okay, we knew you were out here getting that work in. Okay, so she was dating someone. Okay, let's get this timeline together. Okay, when we saw this, when she came over to the jailhouse in this little outfit, this was on December 22nd, 2023. Okay. When she did her little Stiletto Bosses interview, I'm gonna have to go back and check the date on that. I feel like it was somewhere around that same time when she relocated from Miami to Atlanta. She was seeing someone else. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Lisa, what's going on, sis? What's going on to Facebook? Everybody on Facebook, what's up? Lisa, Sharon, Jasmine, Tammy, Adrian, Jackie, Regina, and Akai. Welcome. And anyone else, if you have not hit the like button, Felicia and Ebony. Okay. Hey, girls over there on Facebook. What's going on? If you haven't hit the like button, thumbs up, or the hearts over there on Facebook, what are you doing? Okay. Interesting. Dennis just wanted to see the tatas. Really? Well, he's a man. Hey, Dennis, that's what men do. If a man is not interested in seeing some tatas, I'm going to wonder a little bit, but okay. All right, let's keep going. Let's go back. Dennis, I did drop the link and added you. Oh, it's a it's a boom boom. But Dennis seems to be going to a church with a nice lady sitting over by the pool. I don't know if that's your lady friend, like your main lady friend, or that's your girlfriend or whatever. I'm not sure what the situation is with that. But Dennis, when he was making it clear that there was nothing going on with him and Bible lady, he had a lady. He was in the car with a lady and made it very clear that Bible lady was not his type. Okay. Um, okay. If you are not familiar with Mr. Dennis Byron, here he is. Okay. The link to this video that we were just watching is in the description box, along with a direct link to his channel. Um, and let's get back into it. Madison, I think, is she's caught up with she's just going. I think just to give Madison a shot, I think Madison is going by what Sonya told her. I think she knows that ma'am wasn't being truthful about ma'am wasn't a good friend, and ma'am talked about her behind her back, or ma'am was pillow talking on her to her man on a recorded line. And loose lips sink ships. Nobody really wants to have a friend like that. Also, the way that Sonya was talking on Madison's situation gave a little bit to be desired. But I think that Madison is still going on that information of what she thinks she saw in Sonya in terms of her profession and her professionalism and her business acumen. which is completely wrong. It's completely wrong. She got it. She got it
So
wrong.
the one that I was seeing with my eyes was not this guy, if you know what I mean.
I want if Ernest know what you mean. Okay,
Well,
so
Ernest is gonna say she don't belong to me. She don't belong to me. Sonya belongs to the streets. Ernesto knows Sonya don't belong to him. Both of them are for the streets. And Sonya, Nesto is about Sonya making that bread and getting those deals popping. So I'm gonna be honest, Nesto doesn't care. He just wants her to come back to the house. You know how you let your dog out, and some people let their dogs roam around the neighborhood. Just come back to the house, right? That's it. She don't belong to me. Okay.
from what you told me earlier, she uh, was dating him or seeing him before he got locked
They're
up.
still
Correct?
setting her out to get that
Yes,
check.
she said they had went on a few dates, and they had just became cool. But from her understanding, he was seeing another young lady at the time, so that's why they weren't intimate. He was seeing somebody else, and I think that somebody else is a part of his case too now. From my research, it's come out
Well,
now
Oh,
that
so Madison's saying that the other young lady is potentially Erica King, the co-defendant. Interesting. Sonya was just telling all kinds of stories, huh?
I haven't spoken to her in almost a year, so I don't really know what's. It's been almost a year since we last spoke.
well, in the last hearing, Erica King, who was his co-defendant, accepted a plea deal which he received 9 years to serve, one probated, as well as a $5,000 fine. So she has to testify against him in his upcoming trial. Uh, did uh, did she say anything about this guy that you felt like he was no good for her? Did she share how much information did she really share to you about Ernest um, and their situation?
Um, she wasn't too happy with the fact that he didn't really express or acknowledge that him and his wife was still in a full-fledged marriage. I think he kind of alluded to her like they were having issues and like they weren't together. From my understanding, he's been a liar there with every woman that he's dealt with. He was kind of like a gigolo outside of
Okay.
his marriage. He had
Okay.
multiple different women telling all kinds of different stories about his relationship with his wife.
Okay. Okay. And what did she say about that? Did she say anything about he was a married man, but she, like I don't want to put any words in your mouth. Did she give you an indication that she was the side chick?
She knew that he was a married man, but she was under the impression that he was a married man, like going through a separation.
Mm. So now when you see her on these jail phone calls with him,
I'm wondering, is Maddie really repeating what Sonya told her, or is she in freestyle mode right now? Is she just on some freestyle? I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna, I'm just, I'm just talking out here, or is this to the best? Is this to the best of your recollection, ma'am?
what goes through your mind as you knew her?
Nesto had one of those black jobs. Okay. Did you guys see the list of black jobs that are going around on Instagram? So funny. Okay.
Her in the past and saw it obviously associated with someone else, and she's on the phone with this guy that she, according to you,
She's
never had any
freestyling. Okay.
intimate relationships with. What goes through your mind seeing this and seeing how it plays out, and then having you been kind of dragged into one of those phone calls?
Meanwhile, Dennis is conducting a very serious hip hop inquirer interview, and Maddie is sitting there in her camisole with her good, nice, bright daylight with the window open. And sis is in freestyle mode. Sis is just like, I'm gonna just okay. Just she's like, look, I'm gonna try to keep it real cute because I'm trying to get my PR popping with Judge Christina.
Our connection is a little bad. Is that me or you?
It ain't me.
I
I'm
didn't
on.
hear the
Maddie,
last
it's
part.
all you, sis.
I said, what goes through your mind as you see her on these phone calls talking to him, and then having your name being dragged into the phone call, and then other people sharing with you of something that you obviously would have probably never expected to happen.
I don't know if she is protecting her per se. I don't know if she does she even know Sonya? She says she hasn't talked to Sonya in almost a year, but I find that hard to believe because this phone calls from prison episode premiered in January, and we would be going back about 5 6 months. So if someone sent her the jail call, then that would have been 6 months ago, right? um that would have been 6 months ago. So I don't know if that means almost a year. No, I think so, Dennis. I think you were right on track asking her all the questions that the streets wanted to know. Um, I don't know that I don't know that it needed to be. First of all, I think Dennis, as a man, as a gentleman interviewing a woman, first of all, we're trying to have to flush out. Sis is coming on after basically getting caught out there with some information that was not accurate. So no one sat up here really and called her a liar per se, but sis was having to unwind some half truths or some misinformation. And also, she's also going with the fact that, I mean, I don't think she really knew Sonya like that. So maybe Sonya was lying to her the whole time. Or is it the impression of the audience that you feel she knows more about Sonya than she's letting on? It almost sounds like Sonya told her a whole lot of weirdo shit that I would expect for Sonya to say about herself, and Madison is still believing it. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know that she's covering up for her as much as it's becoming painfully obvious she doesn't know Sonya. I don't think she knows her at all. That wasn't really her friend.
I get it. When I heard the phone calls or the visits, per se, when I listened to the visits, I realized mostly everything that she had told me about her relationship with him was not true. They were a lot closer than she made.
You believe Madison that this is what Madison knows. And what Madison knows is what Sonya wanted her to know, which is nothing. Because I don't think Sonya gave her a lot of factual information about herself.
Me feel like they were.
Mhm.
Obviously they dated a little bit more seriously than she told me they were. But I also felt like he was kind of playing her. Like he was playing on the fact that she probably liked him a lot, and he was just using her to, for his case. That's what I felt like.
You said she's good in business. Do you think that he was
I hope y'all didn't run off Mr. Dennis because I think he did a really good job, y'all. Don't do
using her
that.
for his business, quote unquote?
Yes. I think that he just knew that she was really intelligent, and he just needed somebody intelligent to be on his side while he was going through.
Now, Madison, come on. You just knew he was intelligent. You knew that Sonya, you think Sonya thought that Nesto was intelligent? Really?
that situation. So I think he played on her a little bit.
Knowing what he's charged with, and there's some serious charges there. RICO, for example, a lot of scamming, a lot of alleged scamming, from what the paperwork says.
What I know about her, she's a straight up businesswoman. Like she's not. What I know of her, she would not be involved in nothing shady. I have to take up for her when it comes to that. I do believe that.
Oh, so she is taking up for her. Sis, she talked about you, hun. You don't have to take up for Sonya. Sonya is not a businesswoman. I guess you can call just because you don't own anything doesn't mean you're not a businesswoman, but I find it a woman who um isn't financially solvent, someone who's got to wait for her next disability check to come to buy magazines. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing someone who is always talking about somebody who is cutting her out of a deal, somebody who no longer wants to work with her, someone who is working 3 and 4 jobs, walking dogs, working at the dispensary, and working part-time at the law firm. That doesn't say successful businesswoman to me. That says I do what I got to do to pay my bills.
He's told her his version of the story, and she believes him. She doesn't think that this bad person that everybody is saying that he is with this case. She doesn't believe it.
Okay, so did you get the indication that she knew him for a while, or did she know him for a short time? Did you ever get? Were you able to gauge that as you talked to her? Did she know
She
him for
knew
a
her.
while?
She knew him for a very short while before he ended up getting locked up.
But
She
she's
wasn't around him for
but she's
like years. It was a few months before he got in trouble.
but she's riding hard for him now. She's his pen pal for the most
I
part.
know. I hope you did not, because Dennis, I think Dennis did a really good job, y'all. And if you know what I'm saying, if that's not what you think, that's your prerogative. But let's keep it cute. You know what I'm saying? Um in light of the fact that I'm trying to get through this video. Okay, so if you feel some type of way about Maddie, that has nothing to do with Mr. Dennis. He brought her on to clarify what she said the week before. Okay, Mr. Dennis is here. He has not been. Okay, Bougie gang, we got to keep it coyote. Okay.
Um,
Yes.
I just obviously through time there have been many women who've attracted to people that are locked up that never had a relationship with them outside in the free world. Um, what do you think drove her to feel the need to connect to this guy?
Did y'all see that Sonya? A bunch of y'all sent this to me. I guess there's some dudes who are in prison in Idaho or something. Y'all sent me a screenshot of some very light skinned dude with some long braids, looking very lonely and ready for love. And Sonya was sitting up there liking the post of like how to get a pen pal somewhere out there in the Midwest. So Sonya might be on some prison romance type thing. Nesto is a bum. Not that Sonya is a 5-star chick or anything, but at the end of the day, she could do better. But she might just like a bum. So I don't really know. But as far as Madison still buying what Sonya is selling, as far as being a businesswoman, I hope that after this exposure on YouTube and understanding, like Sonya lied to you, sis. She's nothing of what she says she is. Okay, boo?
Guy so much now versus she had other relations on the street. I'm just trying to get to understand why do a woman
I asked her why would she be going so hard for him, when I was upset about the calls, because I'm a woman. When I have a problem with somebody, I like to address my issues with a person head on. Instead of me just stop talking to you, I want to ask her why would you talk about me on this phone call visits? What was your purpose, and why are you going so hard for this dude? Like he seems like a bum, like I just didn't understand it, because I thought of her as a friend more so than she thought of me. So me being who I am, I was asking her, why would you go so hard?
Yeah, Maddie, stop being so nice, hon. You can go ahead and take the gloves off. Sis is not your friend. I'm sure she is dragging you right now. So don't hold back. Sis lied to you, boo.
For him. She said because she felt like he really needed an ally, that he didn't have anybody on his side. And she felt like he needed a friend. So that's why she was gonna stand. Basically, that's my man. I'm gonna stand beside him. That's the kind of attitude I got from it. And that's why I just had no use to talking to her anymore.
Do you think it's weird that with all these allegations, these victims that are out there, and we're talking about because there are two sides of it. I mean, he's been charged with a series of things. We have the fraudulent stuff, and then we have this other stuff that involves, chickens and roosters and birds. I don't know, just there's some other stuff out there, some CP charges and everything. Even with all that is out there, do you think it's kind of strange that she's not even considering none of the victims that could have a different story to tell?
Again, the reason why I did the interview with her, because I was trying to defend her character. Everything that I knew of her before I saw the visits, she was a very good person. Like, she seemed like real mild tempered. I really think he's playing on how somebody can play on a person's kindness. I really think this gentleman is playing on her kindness. And because of the situation of her not really knowing him that well and knowing who he is, and the internet knowing more about him than she does, I think that he's playing on that. She really is like, she was a cool person, I thought, at the time. So I really think the guy is playing on her. I
Well,
can't really explain.
I mean, him playing on her doesn't have any effect with her playing on you. Sis, she's playing in your face and playing on your top. Like at the end of the day, that's what you need to understand. Not only is she not really you don't know her. You don't know her. You thought her name was Chrissy, right? Any if you got a friend, you would at least know their real name, right? Unless y'all are the type of friends that just operate in that type of play name stuff. But yeah, she's not like, yeah, she's playing in your face and on your top. Okay.
Do you think that there's a mutual play at hand? I mean, the fact that she took whatever information she knew about you and put it on a phone call, and maybe some of the people that are watching during that particular phone call, was she aware that these calls were being shared? Because if she wasn't aware these calls were being shared and she was saying that to him versus the public, do you have a different position then, or you still?
So to your point, Dennis, when you said that, okay, so great call out. The video in question, let's just say one of them was December 22nd, 2023, right? Okay. Which was about 7 months ago. And there's no way, according to Maddie, it's been a year since you've talked because this was only 7 months ago. So, sis, that's not correct. But as far as at that moment, the videos had not been shared with the public yet. So, in terms of having a truthful conversation and having kind of like, I'm talking to my boo, or I'm just really just telling Nesto like what's going on at this moment. She was talking that talk. She was talking to him. She didn't know that these videos were coming out. She didn't know that this video was going to hit the streets. She knows that the prosecutors listen. She knows that these calls are monitored, but she didn't know that these videos would come out. So she was just basically running her mouth, talking about her friend. And it seems like her and Nesto had talked before because Nesto seemed to already know some of Maddie's business. That's the point. So I don't think it was anything malicious that she was sitting there talking on Maddie to tell the world. She was just running her yap to her man because Sonya loves to sit and talk about other people and does not speak on her ass that has no business going on other than Nesto.
Feel the same way that she shouldn't even be speaking on you?
No, once I feel that she should not. Matter of fact, my friend that sent me the video just DM me while we are on the phone. She said, Madison, she played on your kindness and played me for my weakness of being a kind person. And that's why she was discussing me on these calls. My friend, you know who my friend is, but she just DM me and she's watching this right now. She said she played on my kindness. And that's why she was discussing me on the phone and that she's not the person that I thought she was.
Okay. I mean, look at Maddie. Maddie didn't know. Maddie might just be a little naive. Okay. Maddie may have this really may have been someone who got their little feelings hurt. Okay.
Okay.
And I've
Hold on
had
a second.
tell me, she
Go
said
ahead,
she
I'm
put
sorry.
my business out there for the whole world to hear on those calls.
And it
Okay,
wasn't even
so
so much she put your business out for the world to hear. She was talking about you to her man. Which one is worse? I don't think that she was necessarily out here like, okay, let me talk on stiletto bosses and make her look foolish. It was, yeah, yeah. She stays in a hotel. Yeah, I think her credit's bad. Like just running her mouth, which is just as bad.
oh, I don't know if that's
Basically, she played on my.
I see someone in. I don't know if that's the real Nyla or someone's playing like that Nyla in the comment section. I don't know if that's the real Nyla. But anyway, Nyla, if that's you, because I was over there on the other platform. I was on the other platform looking for you. But anyway, it's all love. So at the time that you were at at that spot, you were obviously in transition, correct? You was in transition at that time, moving to another spot.
Yes, I was
correct?
in transition. My mom was recovering from a stroke. My mom is a stroke center. And if anybody knows my relationship with
Okay, Maddie's getting ready to experience some phone problems and stuff like that. I just dropped the link again to this video. If you want to watch this uninterrupted, you can do so over on Mr. Dennis Byron's channel. Um, of course, here we stop, we talk, we do commentary, all of the things. The link is in the description box, along with a direct link to Mr. Dennis's channel, who also is here in the chat. So, thank you for letting us do a little commentary on your video. I do show up in here at some point, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pressing on this video. It's a little good minute. We're gonna watch, we're gonna keep continue, okay? And then some of our friends from the YouTube streets drop by, okay?
With my mom, we're like really close. So I was real protective of her being around other like people, family members. So I kind of stayed secluded to ourselves so I can make sure my mom was on a, you know, a clean healing path without any stress, drama, family like stressing her out. I was just trying to get my mom transition better. So we kind of stayed to ourselves for 6 months in this situation in my transition. And I think me being in that situation of taking care of my mom, and I mean, I've never been a caregiver before.
Right.
So
And people go through things. So,
tell my business. I wanted to have a friend I could lean on. And when I was at work, Sonya would be the person, you know, when you work all the time, you with your coworkers all the time. So Sonya was the person that I leaned on and told her my business. I introduced her to my mom.
I mean, can I just say this too? The fact that Madison is sitting here explaining herself. Look, at the end of the day, people do go through hard times. That's number one. Number two, Sonya's credit is shit. Sonya just went through a whole damn bankruptcy. Okay. Sonya was hoping for like a 500 or 600 credit score. Okay. So you got bad credit, sis, and so does your friend. Okay. Sometimes you got to look at the company you keep. And Sonya was sitting up there trying to impress Madison because she knew Madison was on hard times, but also Madison has something you can't buy, which is a network. Okay. And people that Sonya wanted to meet. Sonya has a way of trying to infiltrate and meet people's friend groups so you can see. She was all too happy to get all of Nesto's friends and family numbers, trying to call people, connect phone calls. Sonya is a damn busybody. Okay. Someone who's trying to get into your network. Yeah, sometimes some of your net worth is your network. You have to be very careful of who you let into your network because it's hard to get them out. Once they're in, they can get you out before you get them out. Okay, especially someone who's very much opportunistic. And it's funny that Maddie still gives her kind of like credit for being more than what she is, because she's not. She is not. And I think sometimes when people get played, they don't like to really admit everything because they really feel some type of way because they got duped. Sis is not who she says she was at all.
I took her around my friends. So she was real close to me. So that's how she was able to tell all my business to that guy on the visits. She even went on, she was there at the beginning of my music career when I was doing my first photo shoot for my album. She even discussed that on the calls, telling him how my photo shoot went. She even discussed me trying to train my son for boxing. Like the things that she was talking about on the call was just ridiculous for you to be telling somebody. I've never met this man before. I didn't even know. I didn't know.
Well, she didn't even say boxing. She said, is that the one who's trying to train her son to be a boxer? So either, to your point, Maddie, either she told him before or he knows of you. He's heard of you.
I mean, I didn't even know who this dude was for real. Like, so why are y'all discussing me at a jailhouse call? Y'all should be discussing this man's case. Y'all should be talking about how to get him out of jail. Why are y'all talking about Cougar? Why are y'all talking about Madison?
Maybe,
and it's obvious that they've been talking about me because he's actually making comments like I'm a bad person. Like, you know, like, she's just the worst. Like, she need to get her life together. You don't know me, dude. And how are you gonna tell me to get my life together when you see her facing RICO charges?
Okay.
Right. That's where maybe they were sizing you up.
But Madison, Now you saying, how are you going to do this? And you're facing RICO charges when Dennis said something about the RICO. That did not ring a bell. And when your friend, or I mean, we know that you didn't admit to knowing Sonya, because I would like to get to that point when she talks about why or what happened when she did not, when he actually asked her straight up and down, who is Sonya and why you told us you didn't know her. I know you said you called her Chrissy. I don't feel like we heard that, but okay.
You know, sometimes people work as teams. You know, teams, and you might not know you the mark. So I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know if
It might have been a setup. It might have been a setup.
sizing you up.
I think people like Sonya and Nesto are the type of people who see someone and they try to figure out what you are good for. Are you good for contacts? Are you good for a ride? Are you good for cash? Do you know how to cook a peach cobbler? Like what is it that you are good for? What can I use you for? You know how to braid hair? What is it that you're good for? And then I'm gonna put you in that bucket, and then I'm gonna use you until I can't use you anymore.
I don't know why you was fodder for his jailhouse calls, but it says a lot about her as an individual who would go back and share something to someone that's accused of all these crimes. You know, I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of strange that she would share this this information and open you up to vulnerability or whatever. Again, we don't know what else is out there because the prosecutor hasn't showed all his cards yet. We don't know what else is out there.
Ever since I discontinued our communication, we no longer talk at all. Like once that situation was presented to me, our association was totally cut off. So I don't know anything. I don't follow his case. I never did. I really, once I listened to Shirley, his wife's side of the story, I just really didn't have any sympathy for him.
Wow. Okay. Now listen. First of all, we have listen. Someone said drop.
Okay, so I wonder when she did that, because the strawberry letter was September 11th, 2023. So when did you connect his wife's side of the story with him and Sonya? Because Sonya said she was his friend. Sonya said he was going through a divorce and he was he was separated, he was able to be dating. And you said you heard about the conversations where you were being drugged soon after it happened. So 5-6 months ago, but then also you say you haven't talked to her in almost a year. So none of that, some of that timeline does not add up, Madison, baby. So I don't know. Anyway, let's keep listening, okay, guys? Some of this timeline's a little bit off, but let's not scrutinize the timeline. Let's just continue to listen to see what she has to say, because timeline ain't timelining. Okay.
Link. Drop the cash apps.
Oh.
Only one I'm letting up here is Nyla. That's the only one I'm letting up here right now is Nyla. If Nyla wants to come up, I'll bring Nyla up. And V, but V, you gotta be easy, V. It was hard. You were hard on my people last time. Ask them, don't be hard on my people now, V. We be respectful to the guests now. But I will drop the link because you guys asked for it. Make sure you support this platform. Don't just come in and getting the tea and leaving, because I got a special treat for you guys as well. I dropped the link, ladies and gentlemen. I have dropped the link.
I know plenty of people are members over at Mr. Dennis's channel, and people were dropping those cash apps on today. I did renew my membership today, and
make sure you come on screen
and all of the things. But yeah, I will handle some business.
And we here, and I hadn't seen Nala, boy. I tell you, man, I hadn't seen Nala. I'm like, man, these streets it's been different out here. Don't get me banned now, by the way. So you haven't actually spoken to her after all that kind of went public, went viral. Would you be open to? I dropped the link. We said drop the link. I dropped it. Hold on. Someone said drop the link. I dropped the link.
Would I be open to what?
Would you be open to hold on a second here. There we go. Let me pin it. Hold on a second here. I thought I dropped it. I'm gonna drop it again. Hold on. Would you be open to getting down to the bottom of this with her, or it's like it's once you burn me once, I'm good. I'm good with you.
What? I'm just gonna say this. It's like two things that you can never discuss about me. That's my mom. First of all, this was during a very difficult time in my life. My mom had just survived a stroke, so I was going and transitioning to being a caregiver. And another thing you can't discuss are my children. She discussed both of them things. I have nothing to say to her. Like, I have nothing to say to her.
Okay.
I protect my peace. I protect my peace at all costs. And when I see somebody's not for me, I keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't say, "Hey, Madison's on hard times," or, I don't know. Pillow talking can get you in trouble, just like Shirley got in trouble talking about Steve being out of shape and winded and this, that, and the third, and it made her look bad. And she sat up there and had to account for talking Steve's business, talking Miss Marjorie's business. Um, damn it, you sitting up here talking to your friends. And you were saying stuff that didn't need to be said on a recorded line.
Okay. No, someone said Nala is over here, and I think V's over here too. Nala, come on, get on over here, Nala. Come on, V. V's my co-host on some of the shows. V may have a few questions as well. V, what's going on? Hold on, V, get on camera. We ain't playing no. Get your butt on camera. We ain't playing that. Get your butt on camera.
I will not be on camera. First and foremost, thank you for allowing me up. Secondly, Dennis, I'm not hard on people. I literally just ask questions that keep people accountable. That is all. Okay. So please don't misrepresent me to your guests. Okay?
No. I ain't gonna do that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yes.
Hi there, Miss Stiletto Bosses. So what names do you go? Your Miss Stiletto Bosses, your Cougar, and your Madison. Okay, got it.
That's correct.
Okay, so I have a quick question regarding Dennis's interview with you. When he interviewed you and he asked you who Sonya was, and you're saying now you didn't know her by the name Sonya. Is that correct?
No, it didn't register to me when he was asking me at the time. My focus was on the Judge Peterson situation and my friend at that time. So when he was asking me about that, it didn't register to me to after we got off the phone, and I said, "Oh yeah, I do know who they're talking about." I said, "That's the girl that did these interviews with me, and she used to be a former friend." And that's when I DM'd him all the stuff that she had done to me. So no, it did not register with me, and I apologize for that because I was stressed out on that interview trying to find out why this judge was arrested for helping my friend. So that was my only focus on that interview.
Right, it was kind of separate.
In all fairness, though, Dennis specifically mentioned Ernest Williams, and you had specifically done an interview.
In all fairness, I just told you that I did not know him by his government name. I knew him by the name Nesto.
Right.
Okay.
I never mentioned Nesto.
I was not familiar with this case. She called him Nesto. She never called him by his government name. I found out his government name after I had fallen out with her.
And you knew her by what name? Let me just make sure I got this straight, just because I don't want to misrepresent what you're saying. You're saying that at the time you did that interview with her, you did not know her as Sonya, and you did not know the person she was interviewing with you about.
No, I say that when I did it, when the story broke and the blog started calling her Sonya and put the story out, that's why I did the interview with her, because that's when I found out where her government name.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you found out before the interview.
I found out about the situation the same way the whole world found out when it got exposed. That's when I found out, and I called myself being a friend as a publicist doing an interview with her, so the people wouldn't keep assassinating her character.
But Madison, you see how that's a contradiction? You're saying
There's
that
no contradiction.
Well, let me finish.
I found out just like the whole world found out what her real name was.
But what I'm trying to say is you knew the real name before you met with Dennis. So when you interviewed Sonya, you may not have known her as Sonya.
Baby, wait, hold on a second, Villanor. Wait a second. Okay. Wait a second. Villanor, okay. My brain had to unscramble for a second. So you knew her name when you did the Stiletto Bosses interview. Duh. Okay, yes, we know that. We know that. We know that because she called her Sonya in the video. That's why we replayed that video last weekend. Do you not remember? We watched it. She questioned her about everything that had happened in Ohio. So she knew that. We never heard her once call her Chrissy. Okay. So, okay, V. Lenore, thank you for confronting Madison on that because she did look at Dennis like, okay, okay, okay. V. Lenore was like, but wait a second. But hold up 1 minute here, ma'am. Okay. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's run it back just a little quarter second when V Lenore commences to get into Miss Madison's bootay. Okay, hold on.
So no, it did not register with me, and I apologize for that because I was stressed out on that interview trying to find out why this judge was arrested for helping my friend. So that was my only focus on that interview.
Right. It was kind of separate.
I stand on what I said too. She was trying to not blur the lines with Judge Christina's business. She was really trying hard to not mix that ratchet Nesto business, and she knew exactly what was going on. So yes, I kind of have to call BS on that. And I don't blame Madison for maybe not wanting to blur the lines with everything. And I get it. But sis, there's nothing more embarrassing than getting caught out in a lie. Um, so I still think that yes, she was not being 100% truthful. And it's just not a good look because especially when people know that they know this story, um, ma'am needs to just let it go. Like we know you know her, so just let it go, sis. You know what I
In
mean?
fairness, though, Dennis specifically mentioned Ernest Williams, and you had specifically done
And
an interview.
in all fairness, I just told you that I did not know him by his government name. I knew him by the name Nesto.
Right. Right.
Okay.
I never mentioned that.
That I was not familiar with this case. She called him Nesto. She never called him by his government name. I found out his government name after I had fallen out with her.
And you knew her by what name? So you let me just make sure I got this straight, just because I don't want to misrepresent what you're saying. You're saying that at the time you did that interview with her, you did not know her as Sonya, and you did not know the person she was interviewing with you about.
No,
as
I
Ernest.
say that when I did it, when the story broke and the blog starts calling her Sonya and put the story out, that's why I did the interview with her because that's when I found out where her government name.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So, okay, but ma'am, do you see how that timeline is not timelining? The timeline isn't timelining, sis. Okay.
Okay, you found out before the interview.
I found out about the situation the same way the whole world found out when it got exposed. That's when I found out, and I called myself being a friend as a publicist doing an interview with her, so the people wouldn't keep assassinating her character.
But Madison, you see how that's a contradiction? You're saying
There's
that
no
you.
contradiction.
Well, let me finish.
I found out just like the whole world found out what her real name was.
But what I'm trying to say is you knew the real name before you met with Dennis. So when you interview Sonya, you may not have known her as Sonya, you may not have known Ernest as Nesto, but you heard the calls where she's specifically Sonya and he's specifically Ernest Williams. So you heard those calls, you heard what she said about you in the call.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
You also know I did the interview for Dennis. My interview was for the case that I was on the phone.
Okay, sis, relax. Relax. Stiletto boss, ma'am. You wouldn't have to feel some type of way if you would just tell the truth. What you need to understand is on these YouTube streets, there's so many of us that have heard and seen it all. All of us don't know everything, but all of us together know a lot. And these lies quickly come down. These lies, everybody hears something else, but we all know when we hear something that doesn't fit with the story, especially if you have been intimately involved in watching this story. So that's why when you're saying something, we're catching it quick because, ma'am, this little damage control as a publicist, sis, you are failing, hun, because it is not worth it to you to sit here and pretend like you don't know this woman. It's not worth it. If you want to move ahead with Judge Christina already has a credibility problem. You showing up as the damsel in distress who couldn't help her friend, who got her behind beat up, trying to cut the line at the food truck, sis, is fugazi. Okay. And you trying to cover up for a no account weirdo chick is fugazi too. Just tell the truth.
I wasn't on the interview with Dennis to discuss Sonya.
Right. So, hold on, V. Let me say this. So, I'm gonna ask a question, a follow-up question. When you interviewed Madison, when you interviewed Sonya, did you interview as Sonya or as Chrissy? Because I didn't see the interview.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I interviewed her as Sonya. I found out I knew her real name when I did the interview with her. That's when I knew her real name.
So when he asked you that, you interviewed her under her real name. And that was back in the holidays. Okay? He asked you last week. And then when you heard Rico, sis, just admit that you didn't want to involve yourself with that ratchet stuff. Because it's looking very fugazi.
You protecting her character.
Okay, so you lend your platform to dispel any rumors that was already floating out there during that time. Okay, so I see why V is a little confused because
I'm not confused.
No, not confused, but asking these questions, probing, because you were
I don't
addressing.
think she's confused. I just think she's trying to get to the bottom of the situation, which I understand.
Well, get to the bottom. I stand corrected. But when she was asking the question about Sonya, you were helping Sonya in this whole Nesto situation. So I think that's why people are confused, because they say, well, you lent your platform to her as Sonya, not Chrissy. And now I get why people are asking that question, because it appears that you were kind of working, to help her clear her name up. Meanwhile, she's there.
And like I said, she said I was there on Judge Peterson, not on some Sonya. So once again, I'm just going to say, ma'am did the old shuck and jive two-step because she did not want to commingle one ratchet with another ratchet situation. She didn't want to merge two ratchet situations. So she tried to do a damn Mariah Carey, I don't know her, because she don't fuck with her. She knows her, and all of us who knew her, she knew the minute that Maddie knew she was busted was when Dennis asked her that question. Period. That's the minute that she knew that she was busted. Because at the end of the day, sis, nobody would be asking you if we didn't already know. And I'm telling you, that's why I sat up there. And when I realized that those were some club pictures, I went right over to the club, that club photographer, one of them good, take the pictures in the clubs and post them website, and found an unedited, posted version of that same photo that proved that Maddie and Ponytail were out together where? At the Red Martini. Okay. When? Damn January of 2024. So her just saying also she hadn't talked to Sonya in a year. Sis, they got you at the Red Martini with her in damn, I don't know. I think it's either December, maybe it could be December, it could be January. You're at the Red Martini, sis. Okay. You're at the Red Martini, and I provided a link to it in my Patreon. At the end of the day, if somebody wants to go straight to straight to atlpics.net, you're posted. That man took a picture of you. He doesn't know you.
Your name. Can I say that? She was dragging you a little?
Yes, because
she did. She said you lived in a motel.
They were attacking her family. She said they was saying they was attacking her career. They was basically just slamming her all over the internet. So I called myself lending Stiletto Boss's platform to her so she could speak her truth.
Okay. All right. I get it.
And I'm glad you did that, because we got another perspective of what story she was telling. But I guess the thing that is a little hard to understand is that I get it. When you did the interview with her, she may have said she was Christy or Chrissy, and he may have been Nesto, but later on you heard those calls. And at no point did we know her as Chrissy in any of those calls. And she was talking about Nesto, yes, but
No, because
Ernest
y'all
Williams.
always the blogs always called her Sonya. That's how I knew her. I knew that y'all knew her what her name was.
Right.
Okay, and when he asked you, "Do you know Sonya?" You said, "No, sis. Just own it, ma'am. Own it."
So that's what I'm saying. So by the time Dennis asked
Y'all
you,
never
you were
called her
clear.
by anything about her name.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
sorry.
Let
Say
me
that
ask you
again.
another question. No, I was just saying that by the time Dennis asked you, though, you were clear that she was a Sonya dealing with Nesto Ernest Williams. But let's get past that. I just want to ask you this. When you said she's a successful business person, how do you know she's a successful business person?
Because
Hello?
we have mutual people that we both work with, and her track record in business is successful. She moved
Based
to
on
Atlanta to help somebody whose business needed help, and she's been nothing but successful in business.
but that's based on
I
what she
will speak
told
up
you.
with her.
But what I guess my question
No,
is
that's
that
not based
something,
on what she told me. That's based on what I know.
and you know this because you talked to someone else who worked with her who said she's successful.
This is what I'm going to say, V, and anyone else. You got to benchmark who you're talking to. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time not trying to put Madison down or anything, but there's levels to this whole thing, right? And everybody's benchmark and measure of success are different. Some people feel like because they can pay their bills and put food on the table that they're doing well in life, okay? And that very well may be true. I'm not here to discount that or discredit that. Some people feel like if I'm not making $1 million a month, I have not done what I was supposed to do out here. So if Maddie feels like Sonya, if Maddie's benchmark and threshold for a successful businesswoman is Sonya, then baby, let her have it. You know what I'm saying? Let her have it. Because it's relative. To people who have actually seen people who are actually successful, it's like, ma'am, but that's okay. You know what I mean? We can't teach everybody, and everybody is not going to see what we know is the actual, what's the real. Okay. If she's standing on 10 toes thinking that Sonya is what success looks like, then baby, let him have it, because that's just like, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Successful, right?
No, I know this
So
because we work for the same people, and I watched her literally turn a business around to get out of the red to come into the clean. She's a very successful.
Come out of the red and come into the clean. Come out of the red and into the clean. Okay. Okay. I could take that two different ways, and I'm not going to even qualify nor quantify. Like, it's not my, what some of it, like, has been part of my journey in life. My job is not to teach everybody. Everybody is not going to, you know what I'm saying? If we are on a train called life, some people are going to get off at some stop, some people going to stay on the train. It is not my job to make sure everybody is on the train. That's not my job. You know what I'm saying? You can't, and it's not your job to teach everyone either, right? So let her think that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she likes it, I love it. Uh girl, motel girl, I was thinking, is she at a hotel again? The motel fingernails bugs must have ran off with her discernment. She has her own thought process.
And
Let's let her
detailed
keep
person when it comes to
articulating,
business.
because
She's
How
very
long
this is
good
did
at
you
what
giving
she
us
does.
this is some good entertainment on a Saturday night.
how long did you guys work together?
We worked together for a total of 6 months. And the person that we work with, she had been working with him almost 18 years. She's been in business with him for years and years. So I know
She's been
they spoke
I
very
love how
highly of
they
her.
use this terminology bit. Like, do you pay taxes? Like, not personal taxes. Are you a stakeholder? Are you getting a percentage of the revenue? Are you responsible? Are you seated at the table when the financiers and the accountants are coming and dividend checks are being written, like are you getting just a regular ass paycheck? Like, sis, you might be like Sonya might be a great operations person, but I don't consider that. You're not part of the business. You learn very quickly that you're not part of the business when you're not part of the business. Okay. You might think that you are running, that they're only open just because of you, but you're an operations person. If you're not going, if you're not on the ownership paperwork, you're not part of the LLC, you're not part of the investment group, you're not fronting the money, you don't have a piece of the pie, you don't own 10% of the business, you don't own 25% of the business, you are not part of the business. You work for these people. You might work in business, but you are not part of the business.
Okay. And she went by Chrissy when she's working in the business, right?
What? No.
Oh,
No.
what was her name then?
We're co-workers, and I'm not going to discuss my job because that's not what I'm on here to do. So
No,
if
no,
you
no.
have
I
any
asked
other
what was
questions,
her name when
if
you
you
worked
want to
with
ask
her?
me any other questions about Sonya, we can continue.
Yeah, my question was, what name did she go by when you worked with her?
It
That was my
doesn't
only
matter
question.
what. I've already answered those questions. If you want to ask me another question about Sonya, a former friend of mine, we can do that.
I'm talking about Sonya.
So
like,
V, she doesn't want to. She's not answering.
I didn't come on here to discuss. I didn't come on this interview to keep discussing Sonya.
Right. So
I came up here to
but she came on to discuss the lie that was exposed on the YouTube streets.
Sorry, I thought we were talking about you and Sonya's relationship. My bad. That's what the title said. So I'm sorry. I apologize.
So I think she doesn't want to. Well, hold on. I don't think she wants to talk about her.
We got them questions, okay? We got them questions, okay?
No, the workplace. Now let me. I have to ask this question.
Okay, but in all fairness, like Dennis said, they did not. So separating the workplace, she's okay with talking about her former friend, but not necessarily the workplace, right? So that
she did work with you. There is some confusion as to what her identity is, and we are talking about a guy who is accused of committing various fraudulent acts. So, do you think that she was running? You don't know for a fact or not she was running a fraud.
He has no association for what we do for a living. I don't think she was doing any business with him at all. I'm telling you, they were dating. That was a dating type situation. That wasn't anything in business and what we do.
Okay. So, and no.
So she was dating the guy from the club too. Is that what she just said? Was that the guy Trick Daddy's father? She said that she was working with Trick Daddy's father down in damn Florida. Is that the guy that she's talking about? And that's who she was dating?
Oh, I'm not too soft, but you got you too soft. No, it's not that.
Nightclub business. He's not associated with the nightclub business. I'm gonna be specific. We work in the nightclub business. We do lounges and restaurants and nightclubs.
Okay.
So no, he was not associated with her.
Okay. All right.
And you know what I do, and you know what club I work at. So yeah. you know, I do one of the biggest brunches in Atlanta at King of Diamonds, and that's where we worked at together. So he had no association with
King of Diamonds.
Yeah.
King of Diamonds. Okay.
Before we knew about Sonya working in strip clubs. She said that she used to open strip clubs.
Yeah, she worked in the back office. She worked in the back office of the club.
Oh, the back. Okay, so she
not in the front.
Yeah,
she worked there.
Yeah, she wanted us to make sure that we knew that she wasn't a stripper. So yeah, we know she works in.
That's one of the things that she was really, really upset about. That everybody was calling her stripper.
Yeah,
that's what she was really, really upset about.
Hold on, guys. I must share just a tad bit, a small bit of this video that that Madison has dropped. This is a music video. I'm going to share just a.
Complete with dancing and everything. Okay. Wait a second. Is that Sonya's jacket? Hold on. Is this okay? No, that's not Sonya's jacket. Hold on. Wow. Oh, God, help me. Jesus. Oh, my God. Okay, I just saw a square butt and I just got tickled. I'm sorry. That was very immature of me. I'm so sorry. Jesus. Okay. Oh, not the bottle of Taylor Port in the corner. Now, if you got a bottle of Taylor Port in the corner of the bathtub, that is ghetto. Okay? Girl, look at that. Do you see the bottle of Taylor Port? Look at that. That is ghetto. I'm sorry, boo. That is ghetto. Mm, mm, mm. Of course, we're stalled. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I don't know what the music was doing, but
We are back. Woo! That woo, steamy. Woo. Okay, all right. Madison, where you at? Okay, so
Very nice video, Madison. Or what do you want us to call you right now? Stiletto Bosses or Madison? What do you want?
My artist name is Cougar.
Cougar. I'm sorry. You want to go by Cougar?
Yeah.
Cougar.
Okay, cool. Let me ask you this.
Boom, 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 boom.
When Sonya was on the calls, she mentioned okay, but well, the way she spoke of you on the calls at first seemed like she was, you guys were tight, and then it sort of felt like, oh, she's got all this stuff going on, and then the last thing we knew, she was like, it's over. So can you tell us what was the situation that transpired that broke your relationship?
Yes, Dennis still has a smile on his face. Dennis might be a boob man. That is what we're finding out. I mean, okay, very okay, interesting.
You're friendship with her?
We're learning something new every
A
day.
very good friend of mine sent me the DMs and said, "Do you know this lady? She's discussing you on these jailhouse calls. It's viral."
Oh God.
So I was like, "What?"
Sir is tickled. He got to get a sip of his water. Okay, wait. Do I have that thirsty sound effect? No, I don't. I wish I did, but my God, that video was giving baby. Okay.
Like, at first I'm on the DMs and I'm with I'm at a restaurant eating, so I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Girl, I'm about to send it to you." So when she sends it to me and I see Sonya, I'm like, "What? I don't even know this guy. Why is she discussing me on these calls?" So I instantly called her, and Dennis has been knowing me for years, and I have a very like explosive personality when I feel betrayed. So I cursed her out.
You called her and cursed her out?
Yes,
What'd she
I
say
did.
when you approached her? When you approached her, did she say what she talking? Like, what did she say? Did she even remember what she said?
She totally denied it at first. She totally denied it. She said, "It's not true. I'm really your friend. I would never talk about you like that. I would never do you like that." And I was with some girlfriends of mine, and they was like, "Can I curse on here?"
Yeah, of course.
She said, "Bitch." They said, "Bitch, you're lying. You're a dirtbag. Like you're that's bullshit. Why would you sit there and talk about Madison and her mom and her kids on a jailhouse call to somebody she don't even know?" They was like, "This man knows all your business, Madison." That's what my girlfriend, she sent it to me and said, "This lady knows all your business."
And told us all the business.
Cold busted. Okay. Cold busted. Okay. So enter Nyla in the chat. Okay. Thank you to everybody who's dropping something to me. I appreciate that. And Dennis, I sent you a little something in your Cash App. Thank you for letting us watch this on this good Saturday night. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. All right, let's get into it. We're getting close. We're about at the halfway mark.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Let's get a round of applause to my homegirl, Nyla in the building. What's up, Nyla? Where the hell you
Hey,
been
boo
at?
thing.
Hey, B. Hey, Dennis. How you doing, Puga? What's going
Hi.
on? What's going on?
It's a vibe now. It's a vibe.
Totally a vibe. Grown woman vibes. And you
All
too,
right.
Dennis.
Thank you, guys. I'll be back soon.
I
I'll be
love
back.
women vibe.
Nyla,
Okay.
I went on the Rumble I pulled up on your Rumble now. Don't think
You,
this
I
was
think I heard your comment. I think I saw you. I think you pulled up as Hip Hop Inquirer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Pop Inquirer. Yes. Nyla, you have any questions for Madison?
Of
I
course.
do. I was at the beginning, so I was so I forget. I'm sorry if I don't want to ask anything repetitive, so forgive me if I ask something that's already been asked. So you and Sonya. Okay, I see that they made you aware that she's been out here, telling your business and stuff and all that kind of stuff. When you say that
So can we talk about that for a second? The first night that we covered this, we were saying Madison, and one of our girls, Jamie, came out and was like, "Oh, is that T.S. Madison or something like that?" And I was just like, "No, that's not T." But when I looked, now she doesn't look anything like T.S. Madison, but you know who does? It was Christina the judge. If you look at Christine, I'll find the picture, but she looked like she could be T.S. Madison's little sister. Madison, Miss Madison over here, looks nothing like T.S. However, a couple of Judge Christina's pictures, especially on that night, it was giving something. I'm not really sure, but that was interesting that was mentioned. But in any case, it was like one or two pictures. In no way am I saying that Judge Christina looks like T.S. Madison, but there was a picture that was definitely giving that on that night, or one of the still shots. So anywho, no, we know that that's not T.S. Madison. We know. I think people were just being funny. But anyway, let's keep going.
Sonya is an honest and successful person. What are you using to gauge that?
Girl, like I said, see, yeah, ma'am has a certain type of measuring stick that may not be everybody's measuring stick. And, like I said, Sonya is adept at, okay, take that tray to table number 4, thank them for their business, go run the credit card. You'll get cashed out at the end of your shift, take a break. At 11:30, make sure your tables are covered, and counting envelopes. There's no way that a cash business like a strip club was trusting Sonya with their books. No way. No way. As much cash as these businesses bring in, not to mention, ma'am has a felony. I don't care who she was fucking in the back office. Ma'am has a felony. She has some dishonesty crimes up under her belt. She spent time in penitentiary, and nobody is trusting her with their books. They may have let her count out some registers and they may have let her stack up some coins, but she wasn't running anybody's books. I call bullshit on that.
From work.
From work. Okay. And so what capacity did she serve in at work?
She ran the back office of the business.
The back office, like as far as administration, or she ordered stuff?
She collected door fees. She probably paid. She may have facilitated some transfers for alcohol and food. She was probably sitting back there paying invoices. Ma'am was not running the financials. There's no way for a big operation, big cash operation with oversight. You got liquor licenses, all kinds of stuff like that. You're running a strip club. I don't believe it. No way. She's not running all that cash with a felony. Hell to the no.
Administration, like doing the making sure, like accounting. I'll be more specific.
Okay,
she
so
has
she was
numbers of the business to keep people from going in the red, making sure all bills were paid, making sure everything.
Okay, yeah, she was doing accounts payable, accounts receivable. She was opening up the mail. She was stacking up the bills. She's probably entering them into the computer with the invoice number. maybe doing the automated checks, and then someone is reviewing it before it goes out. You are not, anybody with good sense is not allowing somebody with dishonesty crimes and a felony to run anybody's checkbook in 2024. There's no way.
She kept order. She kept order, and when she
kept
wasn't
order.
there was no order.
Okay, so we don't know what Madison's job is, but writing job descriptions is not one of them. She kept order. Okay.
So that's why I mean that I know she was successful because she kept everything running.
Let me be Pacific.
Okay. So
versus
what kind of
Atlantic.
business was it?
A nightclub.
King of
Yeah.
Diamonds.
King of Diamonds. Okay. Was she like part owner or something like that? Because she
No.
did say something about she didn't we hear her say that she like owned a King of Diamonds?
No.
Did she say that? Did she own
She's
it?
an
Or did she have
investor.
Owned it or did she work there? Because I've extensively done it.
She was an investor.
She was an investor.
She did-
Okay.
Yeah, she finds money for business. She helped open that building. Yes, she absolutely did.
Okay.
I don't believe that. I just don't. I don't
So,
believe it.
When you say she was successful, what are you using to gauge her?
Can I ask a question? Is there an interview or something of Sonya that said that she's not successful? Because this kind of question.
No, she's always.
I'll explain it to you why I'm asking. Here's why I'm asking.
Okay.
And
You know what the interview is that says Sonya is not successful? She's hanging out with somebody's husband who is a bum. And she had to wait till she got her disability check to mail him some magazines. That's how I know she's not successful. A successful Black woman is not hanging out with a bum named Ernesto Williams, who is married to a woman who works for Steve Harvey. Okay? She's just not. That's not the signs of a successful woman. That's a sign of a bummish ass thirsty chick who wants to bum around with a male bum. That's it. That's all. Successful women don't hang around bum dusties in the county for 2 years. Especially of the middle-aged variety who want sex that you can't get from a bum who's behind bars. Is that plain enough?
Because I don't believe that, because I know tons of successful women, right? But when you've actually seen success and you've done it and you've owned businesses and stuff like that, there's also an understanding that you have as a mutual business owner, right? That Sonya just does not have based on what we've observed. And because everything is public record and all this kind of stuff, we've done extensive research on Sonya. And none of what she says adds up. Now, I'll give you an example of what I kind of think might be happening. So, for instance, like my dad has been a successful business owner myself, right? So any of our family members that we like, our children, myself going into my dad's business or whatever, you would think when I was young that I was running it, that I was because I would flex up because I could. And, even having like uncles and men that own businesses that I know, when they got a little chick on the side or whatever, you would think that the chick that they're messing around with was actually running something when she was just in position because she was sucking the right dick. So it's like there's a common understanding when it comes to business that she lacks. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just, I'm always questioning, where did this really come from? That's all. It's not that I don't believe, in successful women being entrepreneurs and stuff like that, but just listening to her, the language, the grammar, and just, okay. So, and in simplest terms, right?
Also, just her business acumen. She lacks business acumen. I don't see her running a business like that. I don't. And it's just not giving. It's not giving at all.
She claims that she owned all these businesses. She's going to Vegas because she's opening up a club there. She's doing this, she's doing this. At the very least, you can keep your daughter out of clubs working that way. At the very least.
Right.
Well, I think anybody that is a parent, because I'm a parent of grown children.
Same here.
And I mean, you can't control sometimes what your grown children do. That's a choice that her child makes. And that's not something that she can control. Like, she's a great mom, but when your children get grown, they make their own decisions. That's not
a fact.
What
that's very true.
I'm going through that right now, currently in my own situation. My children don't listen to any advice I give them. They think they know everything.
Yeah, girl, I know.
Girl,
But
I'm going through that right now.
Yeah, they don't listen until it's too late. Then they come back and say you was right, you know, or whatever.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
what I'm saying is this. Just like I just feel like you are as diplomatic as they come. Because okay, number one, you say she's a good mother, right? We're listening to her be a bad mother. We're listening to her drag, just like she told all your business to Nesto. She's telling all her daughter's business to Nesto. She's telling Tanya's business to Nesto. She's telling all of I's business to Nesto. She's got a baby. We call it the undocumented baby because we don't know who baby it is that, you know, somebody's coming around. We hear the interactions with the baby. We've heard her, you know, basically yell the baby down, and like all kind of stuff. So like we're witnessing somebody that does not have a lot of empathy and compassion for her own daughter. So it's like you can't do that for your own daughter.
I'm not aware of any of that, because you got to take in mind, when I was associating with her, whenever she's in the presence of her daughter, I've been out with her and her daughter, and all I saw was a great relationship. This is something new to me. This is the first time I'm hearing that she speaks poorly of her daughter. I've never seen that side of her. The relationship that I saw with my eyes with her and her daughter was, I admired her. I thought they had a great relationship. So I didn't see that side of her. And then some people, and I was told later from somebody else that she always she presented her representative to me. Like they said, I really don't know something.
She did, because I've had people from her hometown reach out to me and tell me how the first years of her daughter's life, she basically moved her daughter in with her baby daddy's new girlfriend and his mother, and she couldn't do nothing with her. And even with her son, they're like, you can, if you do enough research, you can see that she's not been consistently the guardian of her children. Like she's not consistently, you know how like most of us raise our children and they might go spend the summer with grandma or something like that, but we're raising their children. No, we've seen where there were decisions made where I'm going to move, you know, I'm finally going to go live with my mom. We've seen a child of hers say that on social media. So it's like,
that's something that she never shared that with me. As a matter of fact, she didn't even share that with me when I interviewed her on my platform. This is the first I'm ever hearing of that.
Bougie Gang.
I'm sorry. Bougie Gang here.
Yeah, Bougie Gang. I see you in the building. What's going on?
Hey, everybody on the panel. How are you? First of all, Mr. Dennis, thank you for letting me come up. I appreciate that so much. And V, how are you? Nyla, how are you? All my girls from the YouTube. And Miss Madison, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, so I did have a question, because I noticed you immediately when you guys did the press conference. I saw you, I heard your voice, and I was like, that's a lady from Stiletto Bosses. That is nobody but the lady from Stiletto Bosses, and she interviewed Sonya. And I don't know why she's up here not talking about, I don't forget faces. I've been in HR for over 20 years, and when you remember 1,000 faces in a building, I can remember a friend of a friend who does an interview on a topic I'm covering. So when I saw you, I was like, that's a lady from Stiletto Bosses. And when you said you weren't her friend, I was very like, okay, well, Sonya's ratchet, so I get it.
I had to call when Dennis came to me and talked to me after that interview. I had to eat some real humble pie, because I did not associate it. I had to apologize. Dennis has been a friend of mine for years, and he knows me as a true.
So to V's point, she said she had to apologize. She had to eat some humble pie, because I mean, she may as well just admit to it. Sis lied. I mean, sis lied to Dennis. And I get it. She didn't want to muddy the interview she did with Dennis with Sonya business or Nesto business or Rico business. But you got to understand, you come to YouTube pulls them receipts. So if she really didn't want this smoke, she probably should have just left well enough alone. Like, yes, Dennis. Yes. But I'm not coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all good. You can do a follow-up conversation, but I'm not gonna come back, because like, I'm just not. I mean, sis got busted out in a lie. That's why she had to apologize to Dennis, because why would you apologize if you didn't know that you knew? And then based on what she said, the timeline wasn't timelining at all. Oh, I didn't mean to fast talk her like that. I actually do have the sound. I do have it, the speed up just a little bit. And I think sometimes I do talk fast. So sometimes people say I talk slow, but for this moment, let me put it down a little bit so you guys can hear what I'm saying. But I didn't stay long. I didn't stay long.
Person. So I had to apologize to him. I said, "Oh, I do know who you're talking about. I'm sorry." And that's when he said, "I insist upon bringing you back on this platform."
Right,
You
they
don't
lit my ass
understand how
up. They
big
said,
it
Dennis,
is
you let off the hook.
say you don't
Everybody was
know her.
killing
Right.
me.
When
So
you
I
heard Ernest
apologize
Williams, that didn't ring a
to
bell.
everybody.
She said
That
she
didn't
only
ring a
knew him as
bell.
Nesto.
So focused.
Oh, Nesto. Okay.
I'm
And
Okay.
it
sorry.
was
Say that again.
It was
but
Nesto that would have rang a bell versus Ernest Williams.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
That's fair.
Nesto would have rung a bell. I never knew
Okay.
his government.
But
Remember, I
but
don't
here's
even
the
know.
thing though, Madison, you heard
My
those
first
calls.
time ever seeing a picture of the guy was when my friend sent me the jailhouse things.
Yes, ma'am, I am. Said Dennis said, let me get in between all these fine women. Okay.
That was my
Yes.
first time ever like really taking a good look at him.
So
But
Madison, are
Madison,
you and Sonya still talking? Are you
Say
guys
that
still?
again.
Are you and Sonya still like cordial or
Absolutely not. No.
what
What?
happened?
Yeah. What happened?
The jailhouse. I mean, she was telling my
Oh,
business to the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
I could.
Did
She
you
was
did you get a
somebody. It's kind of like I was listening. It's kind of like one of those situations where you think somebody's your friend, but then it's brought to your attention in a way when they thought you would never see it, and they're talking about you,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
hear it. You hear how somebody really feel about you. No, we could never, yeah, never. And Dennis can speak for my character. I'm a very loyal person to people, and sometimes I'm a little too loyal, and that really it hurt my feelings because I was trying to help her. I really thought she was a better and a different type of person than what she ended up to be.
did
And
you
I
did
want to
you
say,
huh?
if it wasn't for the people that actually was following the story extensively, I want to say, because I have all the people here right now that I talked to DA Will Wooten at the courthouse, and he said to me, he said, if not for the YouTubers who have been covering this story, they wouldn't have been able to find the victims in this case, all the victims in the case, and kept the case going. So he did
But
say that, but
Oh wow!
but
also,
because of that, Sonya is
I didn't
working
even
to
know.
retaliate
I
and
don't even know a
trying
lot about.
to interrupt people's businesses.
what?
Yes. So yeah. So let's tell Dennis what she's done. So my channel terminations 100% stem from Sylvia telling Sonya that there was a clause in the FOIA called the B7, right, where there's a right to privacy, which it's not even applicable to their situation. It's for multiple reasons. But she got with the attorney and basically had them to. This is what she's saying, but we believe she did it herself. um got with YouTube and said basically because of this B7 clause and this FOIA and all this kind of stuff that my channel needed to be removed. That's been revealed in the text messages, as well as her saying that she was like basically one down, more to go, and that she wanted to try to get phone calls from prison.
The funny thing is to me is that Bible Lady is going and pulling a FOIA request, and it's not just because it's your video. It's not just because you're in the video, Bible Lady. It's because it's a FOIA request, FOIA request, FOIA request. It's a jail video. If you are playing a jail video, it's no different from anybody else playing a jail video. And really and truly, if YouTube is taking exception with some sort of clause or something, I don't know that that could really be it, because phone calls from prison, as we all know, is not the only person playing FOIA related content. There are dash cam, body cam, there are phone calls, there are videos across the country that are being played for many different inmates in different stages, inmates that are in prison, inmates that are in jail. There's so many different types of FOIA type related content that is on YouTube. So, period, law and crime. I mean, everything. So many, so many, so many, so many. Okay. More than we can count. So I don't. I would really be. I'm interested to know. Um, I just think that it was an opportunity. They were able to seize upon an opportunity. But any case, let me let Nyla finish what she has to say on this topic.
Shut
But yeah,
down is
um, the retaliation is definitely real, and I think that Sonya is mad because, and we've talked about this a million times, but I want to say it one more time. Sonya is, and there'll be one more time today, and I'll probably two more times tomorrow. Sonya is pissed because at the end of the day, she is so used to talking to people who are somewhat gullible, naive, and just believe the hype about her that she puts out. She is somewhat of a flim flammer to me. She sells people on a particular image because she is a damn fast talker. I don't believe she is any type of substantive businesswoman. I think that she is someone who knows how to use a calculator and knows how to try to get some money out of people. She's always talking about meeting someone who's got some money that's going to invest in her. She's not the money person. The money people don't talk like she. People who have money to invest have money to invest, and they know other people who have money to invest with them, and they do what we call on the YouTube streets collaborate, do a project together, all of the things. This lady does not. If you're not the money person, sis, you can be x'd out of a deal quickly. Anyway, let's keep going, but she's just not. Anyway,
well.
But you have your channel back now, right?
I do not. I do not. We're not. I can, but I'm not. I'm not going on without some
Right.
specific things happening so I can protect myself and so that I can properly retaliate.
And you are a part of the media landscape, and what you were doing was covered under the First Amendment. So,
Yeah.
I mean, even with that clause, I don't know how much information you actually put out there, but as long as it's not doxing anyone, you're covered.
I use public record, and I really truly believe that the biggest problem that if anything would have hurt his quote unquote character that they like to talk about was the victims interviewing on my platform. And
that would trigger.
And she's never got over that I'm the one that exposed her.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
She's never gotten over that.
And you provided, and that was my concern, that no one was really giving the victims a platform.
So you're the actual person that told us she was the mistress. That's what you mean by exposing her?
Well, she exposed herself as a mistress on the phone,
people-
but I'm the one that brought her. I brought her out the closet. I exposed who she was. Mm-hmm.
So for those who don't know, I've been in media for a long time, and I used to cover some of the big events in Atlanta. So I met Madison probably during one of those events. Actually, I met your sister first, and then I met you afterwards. Mm-hmm. But this is over a span of over 10 to 15 years. So for me to say what moment I meet you in, I can't say.
A red carpet.
Right, red carpets and a bunch of stuff. So
I've been working with you. I've been working everything with you. I think it's almost 20 years.
It's been a while. So I just, Atlanta is small. While people think it's, it's.
I beg to differ on that. At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this: nobody's keeping score. That's for number one. Number two, Nyla still has an opportunity every single day to deliver the message that she wants to deliver on social media and still talk her talk. So, Sonya, if Sonya thinks that she can high five because she did something, I don't really, me personally, I don't give Sonya a whole lot of credit for that takedown. I think that it was, I don't give her the credit for the takedown. I really don't. And it's not really my place to even say that, but I don't give her any credit for it. Nyla she's speaking on it now, and I guess we'll just continue to let her, finish expressing herself on that. But I don't think it's a score type thing. So I don't give I don't give Sonya any credit on that. That would just be happenstance.
Real small. If
She didn't do
if you're moving
anything.
in circles, you're going to see the same person. You're going
I
to see that
don't
person. I've never met Sonya. I've never
Mhm.
seen her.
I don't give Sonya any credit on that.
I wouldn't know if I saw it. Well, now I would know her, by her ponytail. But other than that, I wouldn't even know her. I don't go to the same places I did 10 years ago, so I probably wouldn't. So to answer anyone's question, that's where I met Madison.
Okay, Georgia.
Bougie, you had a follow up.
No, I mean, it's very interesting. I saw you on Streets, was it the Young Jock show the other day, and I just thought it was interesting because just to your point, Dennis, about Atlanta being like a small, like a small big town, because Shorty is the ex-husband to Erica King. So I don't even know if you knew that when you were sitting there, Madison, that the guy in the pink was once married to Nesto's
Oh,
co-defendant.
right. And
So
on the
just a
Jock
lot
show.
of,
Right.
like a lot of crossover there.
Bougie, you've been paying attention, Bougie.
Oh, I catch those details. But yeah, Madison, I'm glad that, we were able to make the connection, because I think, Sonya does get away with a lot of gaslighting, and
Your phone is
I think
breaking
she
up.
takes
I
it.
can't hear. I didn't hear what she said.
I
Actually,
think
it's your phone.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sonya involves people in a lot of gaslighting, and I think that people just don't speak up. And the fact that you're able to come forward and say, hey, you know what? Like, she wasn't a good friend, and I cut ties. It's not so much about bashing her as
She
much as it
wasn't a good.
is just
Like, you're cutting out.
explaining. I think it might be
I think it's your
can
phone.
everyone
Yeah,
else hear me?
Yeah, it's her
Madison.
connection.
It's your
I think it
connection.
might be your connection, Stiletto. Madison, can you hear me
Okay,
now?
thank you. I can hear.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm just glad
now.
that you're able to come forward and give and kind of elaborate on the fact that what we all know about and what we've seen in terms of Sonya being a gaslighter, a user, and someone who portrays herself a certain way. And when you find out the real truth, it's really just, I mean, what I've heard you say is that she's a user and she wasn't a good friend. And finding out that someone's telling all your business definitely isn't a good feeling. It didn't surprise me when.
And what really hurt me about the situation too is I had put her in my circle of friends, and I have like real important. Like, he knows a lot of the people I'm associated with, and it was just so disappointing that I had somebody I could not trust around people that trust me. So it made me have to reevaluate the type of people that I'm around, because she really shocked me. I really thought she was a friend, and thought I was helping somebody that really.
I don't know. Dennis, did you do that special effect behind Madison? Because that was pretty cool. When I saw that earlier today, I'm like, how did you do that?
Didn't deserve my help.
Sonya's a master manipulator. We've kind of watched her work. I can definitely see, because the thing about her is she knows what things are supposed to look like. She knows how she's supposed to come off. She doesn't always execute but she knows. So I could see her being able to present to you someone that would be trustworthy and someone that you could trust, and I could see her presenting that to you and it just not being true. She's pretty crafty.
And
Well, and
Madison,
Nyla, to your point, I think she wants to be impressive and she wants to display herself like a quote unquote boss. And Madison's obviously in business, she's circulating, she's got a network, and I think she's able to probably mirror next to people that have attributes that she likes. So it's all about just kind of mirroring. But when it comes through launching or following through, she doesn't have the payoff, because we've seen that even with Nesto. She talks a good game, but nothing ever pays out because her talk is more powerful than the actual results.
and that's
you
why
have
I was.
something to offer. I'm sorry, V. Go ahead, honey. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say. So Madison, when I was asking, like, because I asked the same questions you did.
V is not playing. V is like, we gonna get to the bottom of this. Okay. You know how, like, when you get in trouble with your parents and you think at the moment that they're done and they're like, okay, no, now back to let's get back on this. V is not letting up.
Nyla, right before you came on, about how did you know for a fact she's successful? And I think what she does, Madison, potentially, is that she tells you that you know that she's in a position doing a certain job in that arena, right, or in that particular club, but she's able to elaborate to you why it is she's in this role and what she can do, as opposed to maybe you speaking to other people who can speak definitively about what she's done that's made her successful. She might just have a good relationship with that guy or that person that brought her in, and then she uses that to her benefit to present something to you, so because you have connections and she wants to be around the people you're around. So that's what I think's happening. Sorry, Nyla, go ahead.
I have to kind of agree with you with that. I agree with that. I agree.
And then you had something to offer her when she went to your show. That was like right on the heels of the Tasha K situation, right? Her other, and I think this was a little bit before she went on Villanore's and to a couple of other places. She was trying to get her
very upset. She was very upset about a Tasha K interview that I still to this day have not watched.
Baby, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. You might actually see a part of her that we're trying to. You probably should listen to these calls as well, or at least if you know it's
the only calls I listened to were the 2 calls that my friend had sent me, and I was just disgusted. So I really haven't paid attention to anything else about this case since.
Yeah, there's a lot there, but like as an example, Sonya once stated,
and I'm disgusted right now because her daughter, I love her daughter. She's such a sweet girl, and she's helped so many people that I know personally that she's helped, including the baby that y'all call the mystery baby. Her daughter took in that baby and gave that baby a home.
We know.
Yeah, so her daughter is such a good person. Like, she's way matured in her age. So it's very hurtful for me to hear that she's talking about her in a bad way, because her daughter goes the extra mile for so many people.
So I'm not aware of the daughter situation. You guys are bringing some new thing. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, she said that her daughter is not a good mother, that she's a better babysitter than a mother. Now, that's what she's saying about her child on these calls. So, and that she has the baby often.
And that's absolutely not true. Her daughter is a mother to a child that's not even hers.
That's
why she
I know most young girls wouldn't even do something.
So is she talking to Ernest Nesto about her daughter?
Yes. That's why there was a text message exchange between Nesto and Sonya, where Sonya is explaining that her sister and her daughter is no longer speaking to her because of what's been released on the calls, because she talks bad about them. She tells all their business. I believe she called her daughter a slut or something similar to that. Something she
talked about her daughter dating a 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's one thing to say, like,
and you telling that to the guy. She's telling that story to the guy who has some interesting
who has horrible relationships with his kids, who's not father of the year.
And crazy charges.
Absolutely. And the guy who dates younger women. Look, we know Sonya has a hate for women. And look, at the end of the day, what Madison needs to know is, sis, you got tricked by Sonya Durham. I mean, that's just it. Sonya was trying to trick on Madison, and she was trying to use her. People who have a network, it has a certain net worth. Don't underestimate your network. When people are constantly asking you to hook them up with this person, or who do you know who can give me this, or do you know someone who can help me get a job? Don't you know somebody over there in HR? Do you know, can you get me on the list? Da, 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 da. They're always calling and wanting to use your hookups. Drop them. They're a user. At the end of the day, your network is valuable and they're using you. Okay? That's it. That's all. Sonya finds people of some value and with a network. And whether you have money or not, sometimes necessarily isn't relevant, because those people who like to talk that talk and schmooze, they will use it. That's why her and Bible Lady have connected. Bible Lady wants the content and Sonya wants the access. They have, it's a mutually beneficial usury type situation. But yeah, it's one thing to hear your mom
it's
say
the first
something
time
critical.
that's horrible. Because I know her
Right.
daughter. Her daughter is a very good person.
I don't think
Like,
anyone takes
I
heed
can't
of
even
that.
say that I would
We
take
don't know Sydney,
information.
so I don't think anyone's
I'm-
really critical of Sydney
Nobody's critical
specifically.
of Sydney.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't. No
Did
one's.
it,
No
did.
one. The thing that Sonya seems to fail to realize is that no matter what is said, nobody is here for criticizing her adult children or her family. I think the criticism has fallen strictly upon her shoulders, and I think she seems to operate in a realm of what's fair and not fair. And she's just pissed. She's pissed that people have been able to see her through this computer. And I think it could probably it really bothers her because people actually really see her and she just can't
Right.
figure out because she's used to trying to manipulate the room of people that she is able to convince that she is something she is not, and it pisses her off a lot.
Do you
It really
Madison?
pisses her off.
Madison,
That's
do
what
you?
pissed me off about the situation with Sonya, because I was totally honest with her when I was at a low point in my life and really thought she was my friend. And that's what hurt me when I heard those phone calls that you're sitting here gossiping about a period of my life was the most difficult part of my life. And I did not appreciate that.
So let me ask you. Like, I guess.
The fact that I'm hearing that she's talking about her daughter, because her daughter goes the extra mile for people. She really does.
This is for the panel. I have a question for the panel. Knowing how Sonya moves, could any one of you see yourself hanging out with someone like that? And if that person revealed your darkest secrets, how would you handle that person?
I'll take that first. I'm very much I'm not going to say I'm an introvert, but I'm very I'm more of someone who is going to really observe before I call someone a friend. And no, I would not be hanging out with her. And how I treat people who discuss my business, I don't give them business to discuss. So if someone like that happened to infiltrate my circle and I find out how they're moving, I move differently. And I also take it as, okay, note to self, like you slipped up, like you fucked up. You know what I mean? I don't take it on them because people are going to be who they're going to be. I'm not ever in a position where I feel like people need to operate a certain type of way because they're dealing with me. When I figure, like you say, Dennis, moving funny style, if somebody's moving funny style, that is not someone who is for me.
Right.
So I handle myself and I withdraw. Anyone who makes me feel uncomfortable, I'm out.
Right. I concur with you. I totally concur with you. Nala?
So that's a good question. Because that's something that I haven't necessarily felt prey to, but what happens is because I typically don't discuss my personal business with people. Those kind of people will invent business for me to so I just don't. It takes a while, and kind of there's got to be some equity in a relationship for me to open up to the person. And if someone that I put equity in and they put equity in with me does that to me, I would definitely have to cut them off immediately. I couldn't deal with them.
Oh no, I mean I definitely couldn't deal with them. No. If I found out they were telling things that, I shared with them in confidence, and, being one grown woman to the next, you want to expect people to be grown, but when they show you that they aren't, I believe them and I move on. And I probably would have done the same thing that Madison did. She said she cussed her out. I probably would have done that, and then I would have moved on. Okay.
Girl.
I don't know if you guys remember back.
Girl, I can't ask you. She took me back to, that was like one of them high school moments where you want to literally just find somebody. I was so mad. Like, I was so mad when I saw all those jailhouse calls. I've done so much to stay private with that situation because I'm very protective of my mom's situation. I don't like, my mom has always been a strong woman. So for me to be able to introduce you to my mom in the first place, I had to think highly of you because Dennis knows, like, I protect my mom's situation at all costs. So I was very pissed about that. Very.
And the fact that
that's sad.
That's the part that strikes a chord when you bring someone around your family someone. Just think about growing up. Like I used to grow up. I grew up in the in the PJs, and we were close knit growing up in the PJs. We in New York, the buildings are stacked, to the 21st floor. So, and even in the one building, you bring certain people to your home, but you don't bring everyone to your home because you don't know what that person's intentions are. So when you have someone that you confide and bring around your family, you don't expose. Not only she violates you, she violates your mother, and that kind of
very much so.
It makes you
very much so.
It pulls you back. So I'm reluctant about bringing people around my kids. I'm reluctant about bringing my kids on entertainment events. I don't think you ever see. Maybe my twins, I brought them out one time or two times to events, but I don't even bring them around the industry, so to speak, because I know about the industry. So I'm like, no.
And my mom was pissed too because my mom, when she found out, I don't listen to the Steve Harvey morning show, so my mom is a fan of Shirley.
Oh wow!
That's what pissed her off when my mom, and she survived a stroke. So when I finally told my mom everything about this story, she was like, I like
you brought Shirley's mistress to my house.
Yeah, right. So
you brought Shirley's husband's mistress to my house.
How do you know that's what she said? She said
because
you
that's
really
what mom
be a better
said.
judge of friends. She said, I'm pissed at you for even being friends with somebody that did that.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dennis, I just want to thank you for letting me come up. I gotta move on. But Madison, it was nice talking to you. Sorry we had to, look, it was just, we connect those dots, YouTube.
Yeah.
But it's all love. Nobody has anything against you. And I just want to say thanks for the opportunity to chat with you today. V. Lenore, I love you. Nyla, I love you. Mr. Dennis, we see you out here. We see you with the viral stories and all of that. So you guys take care. I'm gonna drop down. Y'all have a wonderful day. Okay.
Love you,
Thank you, friend.
Thank you. Okay, y'all. Thanks for letting me up. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
I do want to say again, thanks to Mr. Dennis for letting me come up on his panel because it is nice to go over to a panel. I've had bad experiences going on panels. This was years ago, so I'm not going to try to bring up too much of the past, but I had a couple bad experiences, and it is nice to be able to talk to like a bunch of people, colleagues. We all kind of do the same things. We all manage our same channels. We all do things different. But it's nice to be able to talk shop and talk out a situation and it be very civil. Okay. I hate to use the word civil, but it was very civil. It was nice. And it was nice to have Nyla come up. Anyone, if you're missing Nyla, you don't have to. She's over on Rumble. Everybody knows that. If you didn't know it, you know it now. But again, I do really appreciate the opportunity. Now, this is just going to go about like maybe 15 more minutes. So let's go ahead and finish it up. And again, it was very nice and I appreciated the time and Dennis organizing Madison to come up. And obviously this wasn't a planned event because a couple of you guys dropped links in my Instagram and I had just finished doing a live, went to my Instagram, saw the messages, and like I said, saw Madison was on live with Dennis and V at that moment. And I saw Nyla had just clicked in. I was like, I want to come up. So, and then he allowed me to, and it was very nice. And I appreciated that very much.
I need to actually step down too, but Madison, thank you again for talking to us and being a trooper today, answering these questions. And then just know I DM'd you the other day, girl. So check your DMs, honey. I want to talk to you about that incident at the club. So
okay, which DM did you send it to? The Stiletto Bosses or my personal page?
No, Stiletto Bosses.
I would definitely check it. I haven't been on there, but I would definitely check it.
Okay.
Look, and Madison did get a little spicy for a minute, but overall handling some YouTube streets hot seat questions. I mean, I think Miss Madison did a good job. I'm not gonna lie. Because some people would not be able to hold it together, but she did get a little something, but she held it together. I think she did a very good job answering the questions. Because at the end of the day, sis got called out in a lie and she handled it. She handled it very much like a trooper. and didn't make herself look too bad. But sis had to go ahead, like she said, she had to eat that humble pie. Because sis, you got caught out. Like you got caught out there. Like we knew you were lying. There was no point in lying anymore. Just give us the tea. That's it.
Okay, thank you for talking to us. And Dennis, thank you for having me up. And Nyla,
Absolutely.
smoochie boo, I'm gonna call you soon.
Yes. Okay, honey.
Okay. Take a minute. Look at your phone. Everybody here, we got 1150. I think we have more than that for a minute. Look at your phone. Make sure that you have hit subscribe so you can be notified. If you're enjoying this topic, if there's a topic you keep up with, if you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead, subscribe. Make sure your notifications are set to all so you can always be notified every single time something comes up. Okay. Then hit the thumbs up because likes do matter. Okay. All right. Likes do matter. And I appreciate y'all. If you guys enjoyed this conversation on this evening, show me some love and give me a like. Okay. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you, V. Appreciate you. And Nala,
Yes.
you give us the final panel word. How about that?
Well, I do want to say something because I just have to keep it a buck. Madison, honey, because of your affiliation with Sonya, baby, I just want you to know I was talking shit about you.
Okay.
It's fine, girl. It's fine.
No, but
yeah, I mean, if you go back to my reaction, I did, I said bummish ass chicks roll together. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't surprise me. But taking into account Madison's mother had had a stroke and she was doing what she had to do and she was in a hard time. It was what it was. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's all love and hopefully she's not mad. But I said what I said and I can't take it back. And moving on. Okay.
I didn't know all this was going on with her. I promise you. So I get it, girl.
yeah, but
Sis was guilty by association.
no, I just
It's
wanted
all
to say
love.
that.
It's all love. I get it. We talk shit. We talk about shit. We talk shit when we don't know the person, but it's all
Yeah.
love. I'm not
But
sure.
listening to you, even because here I've got a lot of respect for you because even after she did what she did to you, basically betrayed your confidence and stuff like that. If you're the type of person, because I'm very similar to that, to still, deal with her ethically, I can't do nothing, but respect that because you weren't even trying to drag her. You were not trying to, you could have just went there and you didn't.
Yeah.
So that says a lot about your character. So she doesn't even deserve associations with someone like you. So I just wanted to say that. And I'm sorry she did that to you. Dennis, I appreciate you. No problem, honey. Thanks for letting me up.
Absolutely,
I appreciate
Nala.
it. This was a dope impromptu panel. And do your thing.
I can't wait to see you back in these streets, but I'm on Rumble, so they can run you out of here, but they can't run you off Rumble. And they run you off Rumble, you got fan base. How about that?
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate you, Queen. Appreciate you.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, honey. Bye-bye.
So what I want to do is thank all, I don't like to interrupt the interview, but I got to take time to thank all the people that have supporting the platform. And this is what it's about, paying it forward. It's let me see what I got to go down the whole list. Let me first of all, I'm going to hit Nyla for pulling up, dropping those coins. Appreciate you. I want to hit up.
Okay, so Dennis is going through his super chats and stuff right now. Looks like Madison comes back towards the end. Oh, is she going to show some more of her video? Let's see if we can hear some of the musical stylings of Madison. Hold on.
You can stay right there.
Thank
Let me just play a little more of this, just a tad bit, just a little bit, because
Where's the music? I guess he can't play it, or he had to dead the sound.
we don't have problems with the advertisers. What are you doing to me?
He likes them bazumbas. Okay.
Phone charger, but I really appreciate you sharing my video and my music. That video just dropped on yesterday. It dropped in time for the BET Awards weekend because I wasn't able to attend because I have a family situation with my uncle passing away.
I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry to hear that. I know you. I know you spoke about it, but yeah, yeah. I have a niece right now that is she's just been taken to the hospice. So yeah,
Oh,
I
this
got
is
to head up
bad
north.
news.
Real
We
soon.
still have to work though. We still have to work.
We have
Life
to.
is lifing for everyone. I saw someone said something about what hotel. What hotel are they in? Oh, in the video? I don't
Work. We
know.
have to work.
Yeah, life is life, but we still have to work.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming in and supporting the platform, and we are going to be
AKA
Look
Cougar.
at
That's
that.
C
She
O
wants
U
to give
G
just
A.
another last
And
little
then on
treat.
all streaming platforms, you can listen to my station. Shout out to Humble Sound Records and Sony for the video. Thank you so much.
hey.
You can follow me at AKA Cougar, COUGA, and on the streaming.
It's too many names, aka Kuga, Madison, Stiletto Bosses. It's way too much. You got to have, I'm sure someone has talked to her about branding. She says she's in PR. Why she has 5011 names, I do not know. At the end of the day, not my business. And if she likes it, I love it. Anyway, guys, this was really, really good. Like I said, I appreciate Dennis so much for providing like a real positive forum for us to put ma'am in the hot seat. I know some of y'all will never be happy out here. Like it's never going to be. So anyone who feels like something should have been done a little bit better, I mean, you have an opportunity. And when you do it, send me a link so I can come and ask a question on your panel. You know what I'm saying? Like um it's not to be funny or anything like that. I mean, I think that that's one of the reasons why I initially started doing YouTube, because I saw that there was something I thought was lacking. Um, this is some years and years ago when I first started doing YouTube, and I activated my channel. I started putting up really, really, really bad videos until they got a little better and a little better, and let some people tell it they're still bad videos. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. This is a practice makes perfect type situation. And anywho, it was so much fun. And again, thanks, Mr. Dennis, for allowing me to review this video. If you want to watch it, you are upon the replay. If you are on Facebook, you're not familiar with Dennis Byron's channel, I have dropped the link a couple of times. I'm going to drop it again. If you are a Facebooker, I don't know if Dennis is on Facebook. I would imagine that he is, but come on over to YouTube, check out the video in its entirety. Make sure that you're subscribed over here, of course, if you're coming over from Facebook, but make sure to go on over to Mr. Dennis Byron. The link to his channel and the video we just reviewed is in the description box. And it should have already fallen into the comment section on Facebook. So it's there, it's there, it's there. Anyway, guys, again, thanks so much. This was fun tonight. I'll see you guys at some point tomorrow for some Sunday lip service, and we will get back into it. If you are getting caught up on Sarah Boone, I had some technical difficulty today. I'm not going to lie. The technical difficulty was life happening in my house, and I did delete some of the dead air that happened. I had to answer the door. I had so much going on. So I went through about 13 minutes of just dead air time got taken out. And so it's down to about 55 minutes. But it was a good conversation. We were getting caught up on where we're at with Sarah Boone. And if you're not into it, get into it. It's going to be a trial that you're not going to forget. Sis is crazy as a bag of rocks, and she just lost her eighth attorney. She's going to have to go pro se unless she gets some money from her supporters. And she says she has plenty of them, but I don't know if her supporters are willing to pay for her a lawyer. But no matter what, by hook or by crook, the judge says they are starting on time and they are starting soon. And sis is going to have to defend herself. So if you're interested, get into it. We're talking about it as well. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll get into whatever needs to be talked about, and and I plan to go over to OSIP tomorrow. Okay. And thank you, everybody who sent a Cash App, a sticker, gifted a friend. You guys are all amazing. Big Mustard and Sonya were at Kuga Maddie's performance at the BMF party. It's kind of big. Exactly. We look, Madison apologized and Madison fessed up because Madison was busted. So we you know what I'm saying? Like, girl. Um Whiskey Tango Foxtrot tried SSA visuals at BMF party. Mm-hmm. Oh, Maddie didn't know that Sonya was a convicted felon. Well, I guess she knows now. Okay. She was in the hot seat over on Dennis's and she handled it like a champ. So very good for her. I think, she was a little uncomfortable for a minute because V had her in a little bit of a chokehold. But at the end of the day, that I mean, okay, that's what needed to happen. Okay. Next time she comes back, I'm sure she's going to be on that straight and narrow. And, look, just tell the T, straight, no chaser. Okay. Anyway, guys, let me let y'all go. Have a good night. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.